There we go. That's looking good. Okay. There we are. All right. So, hi everyone. Anyone that does join us or sees this later. This is Nick, and with me is Channel Pup.
Yellow.
And we're finally, well, I am finally going to be trying out the Frontiers DLC that I've been sitting on forever. Uh,
If anything, I'm a veteran when it comes to this DLC. I know my way around this stuff, so I can show you the ropes if you need a little help with it.
no problem. I'm just setting up an alarm for me real quick. On. There we go. I ruined um, a Ninja Turtle pizza today, so I've not eaten yet today.
Oh, so what is like an alarm telling you when to eat?
No. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's probably my
Man attempts to
therapist. What
set
are they
alarm.
doing?
He's
Like
in his
calling
30s.
like it nearly 6 o'clock in the evening. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm
Who is
offended.
it?
It's a hospital.
Damn.
Hang on,
I got a friend who's in hospital at the moment. He's got a collapsed lung. Yeah.
That's Jesus. You okay?
Oh, he's fine. I think. I mean, he's got a tube poking out of his chest. He didn't like it.
Good
Um,
lord.
Yeah, and they treated it kind of. I don't know what they did, but then it collapsed again. So they're gonna look into that because that could. Oof. Yeah, it's not great. I feel for him. Um, and yeah, he's in the States as well, so he's gonna have to pay for it. Here's what it is, man. Here's what it is.
Oh, hope he has a swift recovery. And I think my phone's too close to electronics, so let me move that. Okay, let's see. This update contains the following content: photo mode, jukebox, cyberspace challenge unlocks after clearing the story. Battle Rush unlocks after clearing the story. Springtime Coco appearance.
So yeah, you need to finish the game now.
But I mean, I've already beaten the game.
Yeah, sure you have, buddy. Um,
Oh God.
yeah, so these are all pretty useful little quality of life updates here.
Restart commands, or that's nice, I suppose.
Just a heads up though, if you do turn off the Starfall slot machine, you can no longer collect the little tokens and you no longer see the light beacons. So it just regenerates the enemies effectively. I wish there were just a way to keep the thing off the screen.
Fair. Following content has been added in the update: action, chain challenge, new Coco, birthday decoration, status map, new game plus. Stage records and cyberspace challenge in arcade mode can now be deleted. Tower difficulty on Rhea Island has been reduced for easy mode. Additional songs added to the jukebox. Them acquire them by gathering memories. The rate of deceleration when jumping, the deceleration rate when stopping, maintaining a boost when jumping, and battle skill camera can now be set in options game settings. Cyberspace background music changes with boost can now be toggled in options.
It's still going.
Oh God. When the following time saving actions are used in cyberspace, color marks will now appear as a result. Homing dash white, spin dash red, change in deceleration rate when jumping yellow. Cyberspace power boost. That's very detailed. New Game Plus will unlock once the game has been cleared. New Game Plus Sonic skills and stats will carry over, but items will not. I mean, not with the Cocos and shit, I guess.
It's still going.
Cyberspace Challenge and Battle Rush have been added. Cyberspace Challenge is a time attack mode in which a succession of cyberspace stages can be played in a row. Ugh. Battle Rush is a time battle mode in which enemies, guardians, and titans can be fought. These modes can be accessed through the title screen. Get an A rank to unlock the next stage. Getting all S ranks will lead to something special. That's the spin dash, if I remember right.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
this
do it for a
shit.
little while.
Yeah, I pretty much immediately turned them off, but
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
I tell you what, it does make me want to do a full playthrough in birthday mode because, like, just watching the devastation of the Starfall Islands in the flashbacks, while all the little Coco are wearing party hats and the fucking Sonic birthday mix is playing, is really funny.
I'll leave it. So it's not saying new game, so I assume I have to go and beat the game again. Is what you were telling me?
Not quite. So to get New Game Plus, you have to play the final boss again, and then that will start.
Yeah,
It will open the option for.
that's what I meant. Oh, that was loud. Happy birthday, Sonic. You old bitch.
It's literally September, Sonic.
Change the music on the islands by pressing. Oh god, that's obnoxious. Find the sound memories hidden across the islands to unlock more songs. Jukebox will not be accessible in certain areas of the game. Turn the jukebox off by going to options.
Again, it is so funny seeing Sonic get chucked across the island by Giganto while Happy Birthday is playing.
I believe it. Begin an action. Chain challenge by using Psyloop. Chain together multiple actions objects to fill the chain gauge. Each time the chain gauge fills up, the score multiplier will increase. Once an action or object is used, it will not fill the gauge again for some time. Like, none of this is gonna make... I don't do well just reading instructions.
Yeah, also, they do not tell you what you need to do to get the spin dash. But don't worry, I'm here.
Now, you can tell it's still a bit haphazard.
I hate the HUD. Can work with everything but the HUD.
It's cute enough.
Alright.
This again, though.
Yeah, you can have a little look. The literacy of the islands, I find, goes out the window when I don't know what a spring looks like anymore, though. You have to get used to them being like cupcake.
Well, that's something I kind of wish they did from island to island. It never really made sense that everything was, oh, this is an alien world, and yet we still have springs and all this shit.
I mean, I guess they could try to make them look a little bit more, like, technological, I guess, with the pink and the blue color scheme.
I mean, this is a cute update. I mean, that's still egregious. That's
Also, look at the clouds. Look at the clouds.
Oh, those rings, but they don't exist, though.
They're rings, but there's also, like, Sonic heads in the clouds as well.
See, like, I don't remember how to do the... Hang on. Again.
It's the L3.
Oh, okay. I'll do an R.
Also, your stream via Discord is super stuttery, so I'm just gonna watch via YouTube, and if I'm delayed, I'm delayed. Right. Oh man, I want to get Discord back up again just so I can see what that was.
You just hit the side of a tree and went flying.
I liked it with Deep Cut, sorry, with some of these musics as well. Like, they got the advanced games, they got free riders in the playlist.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit so I can hear you a bit better, and so everyone else can hear you a bit better.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Oh, this always confuses me. Like, oh, I have to actually hit a button to access this.
Yeah, I hate it when I have to hit a button in a game. That ought to do it.
Let's see. Apply changes.
Are you sure you want to apply these changes?
A little honk? Is that a little clown honk? It's cute. Got it. Oh yeah, it's not here anymore. Is there a duck noise? Did I just hear a duck?
Oh no, that's my duck, sorry.
What?
Yeah.
What's that even mean?
Say hello, Sonic Quackers. See? And this is cricket.
Stop again.
Better to just hold down the stomp button and it will stomp multiple times.
No, what's the stomp button again?
It's the B button.
There we go. Yeah, I knew, I knew I was going to be a bit rusty.
You got it under control. But just let me know when you want to play around with physics options and I can show you my setup.
Sure.
Cupcake.
So, Pup, I don't know if you heard the news, but in the audio description options for that new cartoon, they describe Tails as orange.
Victory. Take that, Gilly, you schmuck. I love the idea that... Sorry, go on.
It's just a little accoutrements they added and like, it's fucking popping now. Why wasn't this already won?
No, okay, I'm used to it.
Oh, that makes it okay.
Oh, looks like you're doing one of the new Coco
yeah,
challenges.
I was gonna say, like, this is a new one. I've not seen this before.
Oh, so that's a Sonic Generations loading screen on that box below. See?
In the box?
Yeah, the grey one. That's a
Oh,
Sonic
yeah,
Generations
yeah, yeah.
loading screen. Ah, you done goofed it. You done goofed it up.
Yeah, I know. I work
Personally,
around
though-
in a 3D space when they want me to be 2D as hell. I know.
Personally, though, I do recommend for the Coco challenges, do it once you've got either the spin dash or once you've really toyed with the controls and got it to a point where you're really happy.
Yeah. Why'd I do that? Okay.
Sonic
Sorry.
Frontiers animations.
Still sliding.
Yep, that's a Frontiers thing. That's happened.
I love that. Has Nick unlocked the spin dash? I literally just started playing.
It'll take I mean, it depends how you want to do the spin dash. If you want to really work for it and do it on hard mode, it could take quite a while. If you just want to get it quick and dirty, it could take about an hour.
So what do you have to do to get the spin dash?
You have to do the action chain challenges and S rank all of them.
And they're just scattered around the islands?
Yeah, they've got little beacons, but you can go onto the map and find them from there.
Oh, fair enough.
And there's 10 per island.
Gives us an excuse to explore again. Oh.
Yeah, you can breeze through them real quick. So I recommend starting off at
Oh,
Kronos,
cute.
personally.
Well, Pup, I'm already on Kronos, just a different part
No,
of it.
you're on... Oh, fuck, very clever. Clever man. Yes.
I am. I'm so funny. Where are we?
You're on Budget Cut Island, I know. So yeah, you can see the Mystery Coco down there. You can see the little stopwatch things there. Those are the action chain challenges. But you can, press RB until it just shows the action chains or whatnot. You know how it is, I ain't gonna know everything, You're gonna have to do some of this yourself. So there's your action chain challenges.
It's got to be a little less rusty. I'm going to start by collecting some music. That looks fun to me.
Sure. Do you know how to activate the jukebox?
Nope. I'll figure it out.
You press right on the D-pad. And you hold it,
yeah,
and
they
it
did
brings
say
up a
that,
menu.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you hold it down, it brings up a menu of jams, and you've already got a few. You can pretend you're playing your favorite Sonic game.
Oh, it's all the way over there.
Yeah. Look at him forging along. Look at him go.
Buttons again. There we go.
You got it under control.
Gotta say, like, even the separate homing attack's still fairly natural.
Oh, what, it being on another button?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes going back to Unleashed a bit easier.
Sadly, makes Generations a bit more challenging.
Oh, definitely. I much prefer the boost on the right trigger.
I mean, it just makes more sense, like, the more I think about it, and, like, how many issues I had while, you know, doing my video for colors. Like,
oh, it's an accelerator
homing attacks and shit,
like...
yeah.
Okay, do you want to doink about with some controls?
Yeah, might as well.
Alright, pause your shit up, bitch.
Alright, let's take a look.
I'm gonna show you what I use, and then you can just kind of choose from there. So, go options, scroll down, put your starting speed. Okay, right, controls. That's great, but you want game settings, and you want to pop your starting speed down to minimum.
Okay. There we go.
And then initial boost speed down to minimum.
Okay.
Okay, turning speed, leave it as is. Boost turning speed, put that to middle, I'd say. That will make a nice tight turn for you without it being too tight. Top speed, put it all the way to the top.
Go.
Okay, steering sensitivity, I'd say middle. That'll do it.
One of our streaming's going weird.
I ain't seen shit. No, it looks fine to me. Acceleration, leave it as is. Bounce height, that can stay as is. Jump deceleration, turn it all the way down. Okay. Off completely. You want momentum jumps? That's how you do it. Deceleration rate, I would say put it at around about 30.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
And then from there, just continue scrolling down, I guess. I usually have the camera distance to minimum, but, like, that's up to you. Power boost scene, turn that shit off.
No shit. I'm glad they added that.
Keep on dramatic battle skill camera, because that would just fuck up a lot of animation. Maintain boost during a jump. You want that one, so...
Oh, wow. I didn't know they... Interesting. Okay. So is that why it goes flat, usually?
Yeah, usually... Yeah. So Sonic loses all speed when he jumps, typically, but give this a whirl.
Let's give this a shot. Okay. So we got all that. Okay. Let's see here. I do like that it takes... Yeah, I do like that. It takes a little bit for the boost to kick up.
And if you let go of the...
Interesting. Okay.
If you let go of the joystick, he won't auto-brake anymore.
Okay. So you can keep boosting. That's going to make a difference.
A great place to test out this newfound power is Cyberspace as well, because...
Or does that apply to Cyberspace?
Yes, except the turning. The turning is still borked, but... Yeah. Momentum jumps are now in Cyberspace, and it makes the whole thing flow so much better.
Alright, we better give that a shot then.
See how much better jumping feels now, though.
It's feeling a bit better, yeah. A little more natural.
Locking your attacks, boy. You need to evade.
Yeah, I gotta remember the update button.
They're the bumpers. These are a really good boss.
Yeah, I do like the anime flowery field shit here.
Yeah, I do
That's
like
cool.
the fact that, like, the final part of the final island is just a massive fucking poppy field with just a bunch of enemies in it.
Yeah, like I've said it 1,000 times. Like this is like weirdly something I've always wanted to do in the Sonic games. Run through a big open field of flowers and shit.
And look at this fucking dork with his glasses, like... Alright, let's find some cyberspace
He's just
portals,
wearing
I
that
guess.
unironically, or not ironically. That's him just drunk with frat boys. I will say those are very yellow balloons.
Yeah. Piss balloons. Well, so what a miserable place to have a birthday party. A graveyard.
I mean,
Sonic, you're a jerk.
there you go. Alright, where am I going?
You wanted to find a cyberspace, I guess. Oh, there's a music token there if you want to get that.
Yeah.
That's what you've got on your marker.
Oh, duh. Alright, let's go do that. There we go.
And you've
No,
got
thank you.
yourself a movement.
I like collecting shit. Let's see.
Yeah, well, this is the game for you then.
A couple things
Just-
to collect.
Any little cyberspace portal will do the trick.
There, we got one right there.
I think, yeah, okay, alright. I'm looking forward to seeing what you think of the spin dash.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that the next couple
I think
days.
you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it.
Oh, that's the fishing place. We don't want that. Where am I? Where is the closest cyberspace? Oh, right here.
That'll do it. 4-8. Yeah, that'll be as good as any. Unless it's like the fucking skateboarding one, in which case it's going to make no difference.
Nope. Let's take
Found it.
that shit. I was gonna change music anywhere doing cyberspace though.
Assassin's Creed ass fucking loading screen.
I do appreciate it though. It's a nice
I like it.
refresher. Yeah. I
Being
don't.
able
I
to
don't
just-
like the aesthetic of it. I like the purpose.
I don't mind the aesthetic. It's Assassin's Creed shit.
Yeah, it's bland and like a
Welcome to the
fucking
Animus.
office. It's so boring. Like that was the point of the Animus. Like a
Yeah, I don't know. I think
office.
for a loading screen, like what else do you want? You know, you want Green Hill, you know.
I like any of the fabulous, ridiculous shit that they had throughout the series. Yeah. Like
In a
stars
loading
and
screen.
ribbons and shit like that. Yeah.
It would have to load that stuff in. That defeats the object.
Man, it's 2023. I know Sonic has borked your brain, but they can do this. We're doing this in a loading
Yeah.
screen.
They're making this for the Nintendo Switch, aren't they? You know, like.
That doesn't matter. The Switch can do better than this. Alright.
Oh, it had to be a stage where you don't have a great deal of. This is the shortest cyberspace stage.
Nope. Go the other way. We don't want that.
It is nice how corrective you can be with the air boost in this one.
I was gonna say, yeah, that feels a little bit better. Usually, if I remember Cyberspace before, like, if I go flying off somewhere, I'm dead.
The turning
This-
is still borked.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm still not doing great, but, like, that's not bad. This feels better.
And
like, noticeably better.
The turning will definitely improve once you get the spin dash as well, because there's lots of cool little maneuvers you can do with it. But again, I have no idea what to expect from when you get the spin dash. I think you're either going to be happy or disappointed.
I think it's gonna work fine in a more experimental space, like open world, which that's what I wanted from this game. But
It's
I don't know,
very-
we're gonna see. Oop.
It's very spammy. You can spam the shit out of it. Like,
So, like, sure.
Yeah, kind of like a hybrid between Sonic Adventure and Sonic Lost World spin dash.
I gotta remember where my hands are landing on buttons, though. Because, like, nothing... Like, all the failures at this point, like, it's on me. Like, this feels just fine right now.
The one patch they need after they fix the final boss is one to make new aesthetics for Cyberspace.
And what they need to do is just make a new game, man.
Yeah, I know,
That
but
feels still squirrely, yeah. The turning's still a mess.
turning ain't great.
No.
Again, it improves with the spin dash, but I don't understand why turning is not available in Cyberspace, because there are mods that do that, and like it does not break the game in the slightest.
No, and I don't listen to the excuse anymore, like, oh, they wanted a more tight experience for Cyberspace. Like, I've seen too much of the game now. Like, so much of this was like, we're checking out, we're throwing shit at the wall and seeing if this works or not.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
The turning
Speaking of
doesn't work
throwing
for me,
things
dude.
at a wall.
Yeah. Go.
Might as well just go back to 1-1 at this point. Back to Green Hill.
Does still throw me off. Like, it feels better, but it is a different experience than the main game. I don't like that.
I don't see why the Cyberspace stages can't have little mini bosses in them as well.
I mean, it'd be better than the fucking skateboard.
Hey, the skateboard's kind of cool. What's wrong with the skateboard? The skateboard's fun. It's a skateboard.
He just feels so weird. What the fuck?
Oh, no, wait. I think I know why. It's because we got auto brake off and you're not used to having to brake.
No, it's still just weird turning, man.
Oh, so there is
fucking
momentum.
stupid. No, because, like, if you try to boost, it goes straight forward.
You've managed to be... you and this stage brought out the worst for each other. Forget it. Come back to it.
Oh my god.
Let's just do another one.
No, I've always hated this particular stage.
I doubt you even remembered this stage until
Oh no,
now.
I remember.
It's a very quick and dirty stage.
I mean,
Dude,
yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's just simple boosting, and like, this is ridiculous.
hold L2, R2, and select, I think. I
Oh
don't know.
no, I'm not resetting the whole thing. I've already conquered this stage a while.
What do you mean reset the whole thing? The level's 20 seconds long.
I'm just thinking around with the physics. I'm not here to actually win.
Alright, the button. You want to aim for the button. This game gives you the benefit of some really good in-air control, in fairness.
It does not.
No, the in-air control in Frontiers.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's
In
because you're fucking playing like
cyberspace?
fucking,
What are you
you're playing it like a
talking
fucking
about?
idiot.
No,
You're
you play
you're-
one video game. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the
Look at
in-air control.
this.
Yeah, this is okay. Fucking, fuck. God damn it.
Cyberspace sucks dick, dude. It's shit.
Play
It's
a-
garbage.
Play another stage.
I've beaten all the stages, pup.
Yeah, not with the new physics. This is clearly not
New
a good
physics. Shut up. It's not new physics. They tweak things, yes. It's not new physics.
Think before you speak with your cock, Nick. Like. Okay, out of this one. I can't watch this anymore. Out of this one. This is painful.
Yeah, like there's no ground control. Like it's like in air. What are you talking about? Like you can't.
Yeah, it
decide-
helps if you fucking push on the fucking analog stick while
I
you're in the air.
am, and it's
all right,
too
yeah, you're
twitchy.
right. Okay, just aim yourself, bro. Okay, right. Okay. See, there you go. Right, you got it under control. All right.
He's so fucking swirly, dude.
So aim for the orange. Fine, that works too. Yeah, see, I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, cyberspace still sucks dick.
This was not a good display.
Buddy, I've done everything in this game. Like, I'm looking for any particular differences in the
Yeah,
physics.
and you still got a D rank. Come on, man. Just
Such a child. Such a fucking child.
what do you mean, such a child? You're playing one cyberspace stage badly and then saying it's bad.
Yes, it is bad. Because I'm testing the physics here.
Yeah, you're testing the physics in the most confined fucking level in the game.
In cyberspace?
They're not all like this.
Alright, come on. That jump is insane. That jump's ridiculous.
Go do
locks.
4-2.
It locks
Do
completely.
cyberspace 4-2. Go get 4-2.
You have no in-air controls because the fucking jump locks in place. So what are you talking about in-air controls?
Well, like, you know,
He jumps here, you're stuck going that way.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you fling off of shit. Like, you can generally, like, aim where he's gonna land. Yeah, the jump controls could still be a lot better because the turning circle was
Which
a bit
is
loose.
bad when you have very tiny platforms and the camera does not work in the way of, like, look, it doesn't go down. Like, it's not, like, going up to show me where I'm landing. It's bad. Like, do that. Like, it should just do that.
I mean, why are you jumping there in the first place?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I not jump in the right spot in this 3D game?
Would you really want the camera to swing upwards every
I'm
time
not
you
saying
jump?
a dramatic swing, but this, look how quick he moves with just a tap of the analog stick. That's insane.
I mean, if you want to put auto brake back on.
That's not auto brake, pup.
No, trust me, that he's a little more slippery because you turned off auto brake.
I remember him running like that shit. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot.
I mean, yeah,
Let's give
okay.
it a shot.
Yeah. Okay. You
Okay.
might have an easier time playing it in noob mode. So okay. No, up.
Did you just condescendingly say noob mode?
Don't worry, it's gamer speak. Up. Okay, right. Wait for it. Okay, set the deceleration rate. Put it back all the way up to top.
That's auto brake.
That's auto brake.
Okay, let's apply these changes.
Okay. There. You're back in pussy mode now.
Keep defending bad design, pup.
I like lower deceleration.
They make you do everything yourself. Yeah, that is a bit better.
That's what I like about it. Well, that's a new feature. I like the lower deceleration speed
Yeah,
because
I love
I
it
like.
when platformers make their physics work. I love that.
Well,
It's my favorite.
no, I just like pulling out of a boost and still having a little bit of residual speed rather than just stopping immediately. Like most other Sonic games, except Sonic 4.
I don't know why you're defending, like, one of the worst directors these games have ever had. Yeah, I'm with Bradley there. Oh, I know, it's just jumping ahead right now. I've not been looking at the comments. I was sure I've been making people very mad. So Pup likes a super fast Sonic. Like, he's gotten more time. Like, he's definitely... Pup's, like, definitely tweaked around with this stuff. Like, he's taking full advantage. Like, enjoying the stuff that
I mean,
developers do.
yeah, like, I
don't
prefer
like
it.
that.
I like him to be a little more slippery because it's closer to the older games, and like I like having the player agency of being like, okay, I need to pull back on the analog stick to stop him,
Player
or do a
agency.
stomp. It's player agency, man. It means that rather than him stopping by himself, I do it.
Man, it's not, to me, it's not about whether or not it's like the old games or not. It's whether or not they properly balance this for the game they created. And they have not done that.
I mean, again, that is just one level.
Pup.
If I'm saying, if you
The
tried
tiny platforms
Cyberspace,
were a little ridiculous.
if you tried Cyberspace 4.2 on those physics, that physics setup, I don't think you'd have as much of a problem.
You don't see my initial problem of like I have to manually tweak the physics of the game itself between this and the main core chunk of the game and in between different cyberspace levels. That's a problem.
I mean, I can see that you changed the control scheme and didn't spend much time familiarizing yourself with it.
Just defending the stupidest shit. Oh my god.
I'm defending it because I see merit in it, man. Like, if you don't like, that's fair, man. I ain't saying anything. But before you kill my spirit, why don't we check out some other stuff?
All right, sorry for killing your spirit. Guess I'm being very condescending, bitch.
You're being a mean man.
I'm very sorry.
It's okay. You keep playing in pussy mode.
Oh, okay, you piece of shit. There we go.
Yeah, that's why I did it. That's why I fucking did it. Oh my god, yes, you can move the camera well
the wiser get it right the first time? 30 years. 30 years. How many chances do they get?
What are you ranting about?
Just reading the comments. 30 years. No, I want the game developers to develop their game.
What's the matter? Like what are you responding to?
They were saying like you know, like how they're role playing me. Nick's like saying no, bad. Get it right the first time. But it's not their first time. It's not their first time making Sonic. And that's why I get as harsh as I do with this game specifically. Like, there's so many good ideas. And it's still fun despite itself. But there's, like, some severe design flaws that I don't know if they can fix with updates.
I mean, let's not forget, Cyberspace stages, they're a gimmick. Each one's a gimmick. Some of them are just not going to work.
Parts of the game.
Yeah, and each one represents a gimmick. Some of them are about in-air control. Some of them are about smaller platforms. Some are about switches and shit, you know?
Right. What it should be doing, like other Sonic games do, is teach you how to use specific abilities, and you can take that forward into the rest of the game. That doesn't work when you change the physics.
I mean, I play them fine.
Again, it's not like the worst thing I've ever played, but I'm saying like there's some core problems that nobody should have even pointed out. I'm saying
you took 5 minutes to beat a 20-second stage that I can beat with those physics.
I can't explain this to you any clearer. I have done everything I needed to do to S-rank that stage. I was just testing out the physics.
Well, naturally, you're going to have to do different things with different physics.
Okay. That's why I don't play games with you.
I knew this was coming. Right, just let go of the analog stick real quick, right? Mm-hmm. No. Just go in a boost and then just completely let go of the boost and the analog stick.
Okay.
Alright. That's what I don't like. I don't like that. That's Sonic Force shit right there.
Yeah, but again, like, while I may or may not like that, my problem is whether or not this is designed for the game in question. Like, did they have a specific goal in mind with this game when I see so many disparate elements that feel unfinished?
I find it's more versatile than you give it credit for, man.
I think there's an argument for versatility, but I don't see it. Most of the elements that are actual game design or like level design is this. The things they actually want you to do, they put you on a very linear path. Like, there is some, like, creative strategies you can do with combat. And they definitely do have, like, a good idea going with, like, the freedom of moving around here, but I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of ideas here that don't really mesh well together. And that's very confusing me because I don't see why. Like, I still haven't seen a justification for why the physics from Cyberspace are different from the main game.
I don't understand why you can't change the steering in Cyberspace. I still say that much. But again, that was a very poor example.
My core problem is I still don't believe this. This game hasn't proven to me otherwise. I don't think the players should be left to tweak that much with the physics. I think a platformer should have a core balanced set in mind and then build around that. be it open world or linear or anything like that. And like they're
Therein lies a
very
problem,
nearly
though,
there.
because you probably noticed though that like I mean you've seen yourself that my control scheme doesn't really work for you.
Like all of this stuff is linear. It should all be one balanced like set that I have to learn, not tweak.
I don't know, man. It's just I think they know they're not gonna please everyone, so it's just like fuck it. Let them choose what the priorities of their gameplay is, you know, as long as it still works.
And I think that kind of mindset is why they keep getting away with just undercooked games.
Well, I mean, like, well, I'm saying that, like, fucking, my problems with Frontiers are not really the controls. My problems with it are just like bland art direction and an underwhelming ending.
I mean, like, huge problem with the art direction. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, no, my main issues have always been like some core designs. But it's still a lot of fun, and I find that fascinating. It's just, this is a long-running series. It's going to be around for a while, and the director, like, he's never really hit it out of the park for me, and these games will keep coming out, and I don't want them to keep learning the wrong lessons when I know this series has the ability to really
Sure, but I don't want them to throw the progress they've made out either.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think it's progress. I'm seeing, like, insecurity in their design. Like,
I
they don't
would
have
say
the
it's
confidence
absolutely progress. Like, Sonic Frontiers is full of demonstrations of progress.
Oh, for sure. But, like, there's a difference between, like, throw it all out and, hey, these ideas don't really work well together. Like, I wanted an open world Sonic, but most of the challenges are on fucking rails. And, like, the most fun I see people have is when they kind of break the rules and go off the path and, like, jump from one rail and to the path of another rail. And, like, that's the kind of shit, like, I wish they designed that game around. Like, that sounds really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun to master.
I would say best thing we can do now is head to Kronos Island and make a start on those action chain challenges.
All right, let's take a look at those. Maybe I'm just full of shit. I need to try some of the actual challenges they put in here.
Okay, so for starters, you want to press the map button, which is the select button.
Right. Let's get back over to... Let's see, switch maps. All right, Chronos. Yeah, I'm with you there, was a boom. You don't see people complaining that Odyssey Mario doesn't control like 64 Mario. Yeah. But also Certified's right. I need to actually try out the other new challenges. Because like I'm still using the same critiques I've always had about these games. What I've been interested with the updates is seeing what they potentially learn.
I mean, another thing is we could always go to Cyberspace 1 too. That's quite an okay one for like jump momentum. You can see the difference that makes.
I mean, yeah, my only problem is where they place that, but the challenge itself is really nice.
See, I'm gonna be a cynical grumpy git here and say the Cyberspace 1-2's challenge is non-existent because you just take the lower path. The only real thing that makes it difficult is that it's antithetical to what we've learned from Sonic. It's on the left, by the way.
Well, I mean, like, it's easy once you know what you're doing, but you have to actually,
yeah, sure,
learn it.
But like, I wouldn't consider that a challenge. It's just, oh, the thing I usually do with Sonic, take the upper path, is wrong this time, and if I take the lower path, it's a cakewalk.
I still had it took me a while to kind of really tightly get through that level, like doing very specific things and all that. I thought it was a really healthy challenge. It's been a long time.
I think it's a cool level, don't get me wrong. But I also just think, like, if the challenge is just do the thing you don't usually do, is it really a challenge?
I don't agree. I thought it took a while to learn. It wasn't just
anyway,
taking a path.
Cyberspace 1-2 behind you. There it is, yeah.
You have to beat Tower to go Cyberspace. Coco challenges are way more thought out than base platforming challenge.
Yeah, the Coco challenges are generally much more in depth, I'd say, and require a bit more experimentation with your abilities.
Be nice if you could interact with things even while in combat. You mean like with the environment?
Oh yeah, because yeah, like if you're in combat and you've got enemies chasing after you, can't enter cyberspace.
Does he immediately stop?
Yeah, because we switched that off because you were complaining about it.
Him being squirrely on tiny, precise platforms. So it's got to be one or the other.
I mean, do you want him to come to a full stop or not? Like, what else are they supposed to do?
Make a good balanced game, Pub. It's not that hard. That's why I get frustrated with Sonic. It's not that fucking hard.
I think you're overreacting.
Yeah, it plays fine. It's like any other cyberspace. As long as you stay on that strict path they want you to stay on, like, it plays fine. Challenges are okay, but I don't think that using a bunch of blocks with a very haphazard moveset is optimal. I actually need to try them. Wall running can use a bit of tweaking. Too much wall running since I've gotten here.
Wall running definitely needs a tweak, I think.
What is this? Oh, it's saying I got a voice memo. Interesting. Let's get out of there. I'm gonna find one of the Coco challenges.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I mean, you there's an action chain back there near you. You could do that on the way. It's on the right.
You're not talking about the note, right?
No, not the note. The stopwatch. Red stop.
Ew, okay.
Watch.
Let's give that a shot.
Yeah. I think this is going to confuse the shit out of you because they never tell you what exactly to do for the action chain challenge. I ain't going to defend the fact they don't tell you what to do.
Give that a shot. See what's going on with this.
Yeah, I ain't saying this stuff is beyond criticism or anything. There's still plenty of critiques to be made. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss something, you know?
I'm not dismissing anything. That's me playing hours.
It sounds like it sometimes. It just sounds like it sometimes.
Well, you don't have to be defensive for a fucking developer. You didn't make the game.
I know. I'm not being defensive. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss.
Hi, Cricket. Will the dog come to say hi? No, it's fine. Hi, Ghost. Hi, Cricket. The puppies have come to say hello. They miss you, pup.
Hey, dogs. Oh, I thought they thought I was dead.
Is that the narrative I
Told
made up?
them I was dead. Alright, so there's an action chain challenge, so you silence that. Alright,
Oh,
so
yeah.
these all here up your score multiplier. Now you just want to fucking run, run, run and just fucking just do shit.
Oh, just
do
anywhere?
shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just do shit. Tricks, jumps, siloops, boosted.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have known the comments.
No, don't worry, because if you fucking fail the challenge, it will just put you right back there.
Is the music new?
Yes, the music is new.
Nice. Oh god.
I find things that can help are flinging yourself off of things, doing tricks, and I don't know, fighting enemies is always a good one. But yeah, you collect the orbs, your multiplier.
Oh god, no! I gotta be careful with that stomp button. Didn't know where it was at first, and now it just gets me killed. I gotta be careful.
Wait, why haven't you respawned back?
Just put me in front of the... Yeah, it's no big deal.
That's weird. I think I've got my settings, so it just takes me right back to where I started.
I like that idea. It's kind of what I've been asking for, like, an open world Sonic, in terms of, like, hey, take advantage of, like, the Tony Hawkness of the whole thing.
They're really difficult, though.
Oh, I believe it.
So if you do just want to cash in your spin dash, switch it over to easy. Like, that's the best way to do it.
So how do you get the spin dash again?
You gotta S rank all the action chain challenges.
Oh, so the stuff... So that challenge right there, is that one of the action chains?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's like 10 of them dotted around each island, with the exception of Rhea, I think.
Oh, there we go.
However, they're really very up, so it can be like, you get two of them that are fairly close together, and it's like, okay, well, that route is going to net me lots of points and stuff, so I'll take that route again. So they can be a little repetitive.
Again, like, yeah, like, my critique still stands, like, I have a problem with, like, how much of this is on rails, but I like the idea of this, like, saying, like, hey, get creative with how you use your moveset on this map, this open map.
Don't go on the rails. The rails, if anything, lose your points. Well, I find you build points much quicker when you're...
Setting in the options? I recommend finding that setting in the options.
Yeah, so go in the options.
Let's take a look here.
Okay, yeah, options, scroll down.
Come on again. Alright.
Okay, it should say something like action chain retry or something.
That's on.
That's
probably because I'm dying midway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So again, that's my bad.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's
no,
the
I
kind
know.
of experimental shit I'm into though. Like that, I'm
yeah,
into the
I know.
idea
Like,
of it.
I never die during action chain challenges.
Well, it's very much like hitting combo in Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Except, you know.
Yeah, but I will say this. Rails are to your detriment in the action chain challenges.
I'm sure it's like anything else, right? Like you can't be doing one trick for too long. It's gonna devalue quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like, that's a solid idea. I like that. Alright. Oh, it does have time limit. Okay.
Yeah, they're about a minute each. So yeah, you definitely want to get some of those golden orbs to up the score multiplier. There's quite a bit to keep track of.
Oh, calm down, buddy. I do like that. I really do like that. That reminds me more of Sonic Adventure 2.
And what's great is you can replay them at any time.
Yeah. I really like that idea. Because, like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know it's like, hey, you can go freeform, but, like, that's where letter score really makes sense to me. I do like that.
But yeah, they are fuck off difficult if you.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Like, there's a reason, like, these are, like, after you beat the game, right? Or they just pop up?
No, they're available from the get-go.
Okay. Yeah, this is more of the kind of shit I want instead of, like, Zelda puzzles in the main game.
Yeah, stuff that just encourages you to really... And it can be a good way to familiarize yourself with Sonic controls.
Oh, yeah. No, and, like, what I like about it being, like, regional, it's like, hey, get the hang of this area. Something I gotta relearn too. Like, I can side loop and boost at the same time. Oh god.
Yeah, I think once you've relearned your skills a little bit, I think you're gonna have a better time. And then maybe we can take Auto Break off. But you gotta learn to ride with the training wheels before we get you on the 2 wheels.
So that's going to be interesting to figure out. Like, before I change any kind of settings, I want to figure out what kind of cracks into the lettering. Like, what will get me to a C.
Sure. I mean, as it is, like, what I did was I just did my quick and dirty easy run and got my spin dash. Then I came back to it and did them on hard mode, and then kind of just enjoyed the challenge from there. Plus, the spin dash does make things interesting. Because the thing with that is, like, it's just a fucking fling button, effectively.
I remember not to use this one. Nope.
And yeah, when you get to the mainland, fighting enemies is a fantastic way of... Yeah, dude, yeah, you don't want these long boy rails.
Oh well.
The C ain't good either. That won't give you any points.
Fair. Thanks, Bob. Oh, closer this time. Okay. So, for this one, I'm just going to see what kind of points I get from different things. And obviously, these orbs are probably the most important part. So are the challenges about as hard, like consistently hard? Like
yeah.
No matter which one? Okay.
Because it's basically the exact same thing, just with different stuff. Like, different scenery, basically. Wall running I also find to be very good for building up score. Oh yeah, you'd wanna light speed dash those things. Yep, that'll do it. I find a really great way. Yep, you're doing it.
Okay, starting to get the hang of it.
Improvement. Yes, it's basically striking a balance between collecting the orbs and doing the tricks, basically.
Yeah. Interesting. That's little platforming challenges that give the rings and the hearts and stuff are good for points. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. Just hopping over and getting, like, what you get the tokens. Probably just get you a bunch of shit. Like, the only thing I can push against it, I mean, I've not tried the new challenges that much yet, would be, like, kind of, like, my problem with 1-2, which is, like, gradual difficulty increase as you carry on. Like, maybe it'd be easier use your lettering.
I know the perfect Coco challenge for you. At least on this island.
Alright, let's take a look at something else real quick.
Do you want to try a Coco challenge?
Yeah, I'm gonna go give that a shot.
Don't do that. Okay, yeah, sure, you can give that a shot. So part of this is finding how to reach them.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, so God, man, you're gonna take that momentum jump for granted now.
Oh, is it on the side of a... Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, before you jump off into the Atlantic Ocean.
Is it possible it's
All
like
right.
nearby?
So it's nearby, yeah, but basically, like, look up. So you'll see loads of new high-up platforms. You basically got to figure out how can I get up there, basically. And look, you can see more platforms over there, so probably I have to go back there. Okay, let's look around.
I wonder if I can reach that. Oh, get back there, Sonic. Are these just like aesthetic? Are they part of the environment?
Yeah, that's aesthetic. That you can't interact with them. So as you can see, yeah, the orange line goes all the way up through that platform up there.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it before. Cause if you pop in before,
And on the left there is a pulley, and there's a ramp to that pulley even further left. You see?
Oh, yeah, I do see that. Alright, I mean, that makes way more sense. Like, from the bottom there, you can't see it because of that fucking bottom. That makes way more sense. Let's go over here.
Yeah, the pop-in I can't defend. The pop-in is bad. Alright, you're gonna want to run like Sting.
There we go. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Now, the best thing is when you get up here and you've got the spin dash. It's so much fun to just dash off of that and maybe just go on top of Azure and just speed run that boss. But yeah, you got yourself a new beauty Coco.
I mean, it's really not that different from a lot of the token challenges.
Okay, so kind of towards the tower, like the the watchtower thing. I want to steer you to a Coco challenge that I really enjoy.
Okay.
Alright, so by those presents there should be like a spring that will get you up there, or...
Whoop.
Okay, yeah, head to the right, and... Right, go sort of continue kind of onward. Okay, yeah, no, you can go past this tower now. You're on the right track. Go east.
Could I just look it up on the map?
You could, but I prefer to stick. You're going go the opposite direction of where you're going.
Okay.
So you want to go down there. There's stuff down there. Alright, look, you got a new little rail there that wasn't there before.
Oh, shit. Let's try that again. Oh, that's interesting. The higher pop-in goes, certain things just break, and it's weird. So, fun fact, the pop-in isn't just visual. The objects literally do not exist when they're not in range. You cannot touch them or interact with them.
I don't know
So
about
they
that.
literally are just, yeah, like they're not loaded into the game.
You're going the wrong way, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're still down here. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be better to just let yourself fly and not do the jump in the air. Oh god, okay, wait, but maybe I shouldn't have said that. Screw you off.
That's something that's always kind of thrown me off is like, and I don't know if there's like a fix for it, or I just gotta do better with where I'm landing my button prompts. It's like how that just kind of stops everything you're doing.
As I say, the in-air control really is better than I think you're allowing it to be.
Oh, I was talking about cyberspace. I like the open zone stuff.
The in-air control is the same in cyberspace. The only
not.
difference it is, trust me, it is. Trust the guy who's played this a lot more than you have.
I'm not going to, because I've just played it. Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
You act like I haven't. Alright.
I wish we had the adventure jump still. I mean, it controls better out here than cyberspace, but I miss that floater jump so much.
You wanna know what I recommend?
Is it changing the physics?
No. When you go off those ramps, don't jump. Just speed off of them. So you're still jumping, just speed off them, full speed ahead. You're still jumping.
I'll get the hang of it. Psychro's like, I just say crank everything to the max. Okay, yeah, I need to get it.
Without jumping, just you jumped.
It's a natural thing. I'm gonna try it without jumping next time.
Okay, I think that strategy will work. Let's give it a try.
Slope jumping is so much more satisfying than it is to run off the stuff. I guess I'm not used to slopes working here. Let's give this a shot, though. I kinda had to jump there. I was going to die.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? If you don't just jump... So what you were doing before is you were jumping as you were getting to the end of the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to do a little hop in the air, basically, to give yourself a little extra elevation.
So the only problem I'm seeing here in terms of like I feel like the decelerated boost is gonna get me killed right here.
No, it's not. You'll be fine there.
Alright.
You should have enough juice. Boost! There, see? It just increases the challenge a little bit.
Alright. There we go. Can I actually ramp off of this? What a time to be alive.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
There's your
Always
boy.
got the sword.
And you can ramp off that too.
Hey y'all, hey y'all.
See, now, if you ask me, that kind of challenge I would love to see more of.
Yeah, that was good. It's like, I don't know, like that's the kind of, again, like, I do think it kind of clashes when you don't have like a perfectly balanced sort of a Sonic, but like if it works on any kind of scaling, like I can't fault it too much. It's just like, hey, here's a side thing, give it time, learn and master this shit. I get that. Nope. How far away is it over there, man? Do you have to get to bed?
Nah, I'm alright.
Sure.
I want to see you get a spin dash, but I don't know if that's happening tonight.
No, I don't think it's happening tonight. Like tonight, like I'll be honest, like I just had to start playing this again. Like I have to start getting like into the habit of playing it again. Cause I keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna play it soon. I'll play it soon. Play it soon. I haven't been. So I'm gonna.
I gotta.
This the only game I played for the next few days.
I gotta do a fucking demonstration of Cyberspace because it really isn't. The physics are not as different as you think they are.
I'll figure it out for myself and make my own opinion.
But half the time, your fucking opinion is just fucking bull. Like, the fucking math don't lie, man. Like, the only thing that's different is the turning.
So Cyberspace is still shit then?
The turning is still bad. I ain't gonna pretend that the turning ain't good. But, I mean, fuck it. You've seen that video of me doing Sky Sanctuary where I was fucking just blazing through that shit.
I'm not saying you can't be good at it.
Well, if you can be good at it, what's the problem?
Oh, for sake, man.
I'm just asking you. I'm just asking. This doesn't have to be... You don't have to be so stressy about it. I'm just saying.
I'm not stressed. I've not been stressed this entire time we've been bickering.
What I'm saying is, if you're balking at it earlier, playing it fucking horribly, and it turns out you can play it well, you just have to be skilled at it, what's the problem?
I don't know how many ways I have to explain this to you. I don't like the inconsistency in the design here. And the main design itself is not that polished. And that's very obvious in just everything I see in the entire game. Doesn't mean it's not fun. Doesn't mean that you can't master it. But that doesn't excuse it from very obvious things that developers should have a handle on at this point. Hey y'all, Nick here. I think having a weird state, not come by the way, for having songs gravity get low or just able to fly up this stuff is weird. What's wrong with the slope jumping the old way? With the sloping jump on the spin dash, I'm worried where Song Team will go from here given their track record. I think, hang on, what is it saying? I think this is a great start, but will they follow up or return to boost? I don't think anybody wants them to return to just a straight boost game. Like whatever
I mean, if
I
you
have
ask
going
me,
forward, I want an open map going forward.
I think the controls we got for Frontiers, especially once we got the spin dash, are fantastic. I think, yes, the island design isn't brilliant. I don't really disagree with you when I say I don't think it is as at odds as you've kind of been saying. I think it's not great, but I don't think it's quite as at odds as you've been saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're taking my critique like it's the end all be all and saying this is a terrible game. I'm not saying
You're saying it like it's the end all be all. Whenever I say something nice about it, you're like, you don't need to defend this, bro. You're not the developer.
Oh god. Let's try this area. Oh god.
There's enemies down there. They can be really good for gathering up
Start killing some motherfuckers.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm not fond of, like, when you're clearly just trying to jump and it goes immediately into that.
Yeah, there's...
I think that needs to be more deliberate. And again, it's stuff that modders have been able to fix, so it kind of does make me wonder why we can't have
That one went a little bit better.
Ugh, fucking scratchy throat. Ugh.
Classic Sonic music.
I think it would be also cool if, like, maybe in like a hard mode or something, when you do that spin move thing, if you had to rotate the analog stick while you do that.
Yeah, like being a little bit more interactive when you're kind of doing combos and stuff.
Yeah, I really love me some player agency. It's why I really like Spider-Man 2's web swinging. I like each little thing that I do to be something I did.
Yeah,
you know?
look, as much as we bicker, I'm never going to disagree with you with Spider-Man 2's web swing. Fucking love that web swing.
Oh, it's a great system.
It's amazing. I mean, everything else kind of fell to the wayside in that game, but, like, still a solid fucking game. They knew where their priority was.
Yeah, like, the Mysterio stuff was fantastic.
Oh, I love that quest line. That was a lot of fun. I just meant, like,
The Statue of Liberty and shit, the fucking Funhouse of Doom. It genuinely oh boy. It genuinely feels like, that's the part where they probably put most of their time.
I mean, I think they've... I mean, just in terms of mechanics, I think it's... Yeah, I mean, the open web swing got all the priority and makes sense. Like, I mean, the models look less... I mean, they're lower poly models compared to the first game. Combat's...
I mean, yeah, that's probably
whatever.
down to the fact that, like, obviously they're having to render way
Yeah.
more on screen at once.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Spider-Man 1, the game, still looks kind of good today.
I think it looks great still.
I am thrilled with everything I'm hearing about the web swinging in Spider-Man 2, though. Have you heard, like, you know, some of the things that they're bringing back
Yeah.
from Spider-Man 2?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the style's cool, but I've been with you there. Like, it feels more like style than substance, and that's I mean, it's fine for what it is. Just I
Yeah,
thought
it's not like
the
how
physics were so good. Yeah.
It's just too easy.
I think that was an intentional move too. Like, it really felt like we don't want to risk the player looking like a jackass while they're figuring it out.
It was a response to the playtesters. They originally had a more Spider-Man 2-y system, but playtesters were saying, oh, it's too hard to get to grips with.
Yeah, Insomniac's too good at their jobs. Like, everything they do is very intentional.
Yeah, I'm just tired of brilliant ideas getting bought because people suck at the game. But
Millions of dollars on the line. I get it. It sucks, but I get it.
again, they've addressed it in 2. Like, one thing I really struggled to get past was the fact that, like, if you just held down on the same web thread, it automatically let go and spin a new one. It's like, fuck me. Like, all you really have to do is just, you know, hold forward and think. But, like, in the new one, you can hold on to that web thread and you can swing in a loop, you can swing in a circle, like... Hey, Sturus.
Yellow.
Hey, Cirrus.
I got done with my collab stuff, so I figured I'd pop in for a little bit.
Me and Pup have been bickering at each other about this game for the last hour and a half.
About Frontiers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what happened was he did a cyberspace stage, shit the bed, declared the game not fit for the physics tweaks, and that Mario Kishimoto is the worst fucking director in the franchise history. And then he's like, don't take anything I say as a definitive, though I'm a big softie at heart.
So this is unironically wait for the video.
It's always wait for the video.
No, I'm saying the same shitty problems are still there and they're still shitty. And, like, there's core fundamental issues with the game, even if it is fun.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh god, 8 days until we actually get our update, though.
Yeah, that's why I want to get the hang of this. I really like this idea. Like I was saying, like this is very Tony Hawkish to me. These challenges. Like take advantage of the open space and get creative, and like just little orbs here and there to kind of like inspire you to go a certain direction.
I like how the name of the stream is Nick finally plays Frontiers DLC.
Yup. Still being nice with the term DLC. I will say this, like, a lot of the shit is like, yeah, this should have been here, but like that last one coming out, like in the trailer and everything, like, oh, okay, no, that's going extra hard.
It's also free. Like, I can't be mad if it's free.
No, I can't either. I just worry though, because Sega, like, it's not the norm for them, you know?
Yeah, but to be fair, the norm for them before was release an unfinished game and leave it fucking shit.
Yeah, I just don't want them to be like, next Sonic game, we'll do like what other modern games are doing and make it like, we'll have to release it when it releases, and then we'll add DLC later. Maybe this time we can sneak away with, oh, it's only $5 per one, or like all that slippery slope shit they were doing with like Frontiers.
The Origins
Frontiers
one.
Forces.
The Origins one is more of a problem to me than the Frontiers
It's
one.
still,
Like,
yeah, that's my problem, because like that's more modern standard Sega.
yeah, it's one of those things where with Frontiers, it's like, okay, well, I thought the game was good when it came out, and you've listened to some feedback, you've put in some things people have asked for, and you're releasing it free. Okay, that's all good stuff, because it is easy to forget that before the updates, Frontiers was still solid. Like, and I'm saying that as though I'm not a fucking fan of it. Like, I personally would say fucking Frontiers was terrific when it came out. But, like, that's the thing, is, like, it's a different matter entirely if it's like a Sonic Origins thing where the game is just a hard fucking sell from the get-go. And then they're like, okay, we've added in some things to actually make it worth the money, but you gotta pay extra for it. And again, it's always going to be a different matter as well when we're comparing compilations to original games, you know, like, I'm not going to want to pay as much for a compilation as I am a brand new game.
Because the chances are likely you've already bought those games once before.
Yeah, like, Sonic Origins needed to do more to prove itself to me. And the thing is, Origins did less than Frontiers to win me over. And then Origins is things to make it more worthwhile were paid. So it's like, that I don't like. Frontiers, the situation isn't ideal. I would still, you know, I'm with you guys in that I would rather the game be in the best state it can possibly be in from release. But I can live with it. You know, I can live with this. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be like, when I'm not excited for Update 3, it should be never stuff. Nah, man, I'm playing a game for fun. It's there. Fuck it. You know, it's free.
I think the worst thing, though, where that's concerned, is that there are a lot of people who just don't have a ton of time to dedicate to games. So they have enough time, say, to play through the game the first time, not necessarily to dedicate to playing it again when there's other things on their docket when the update comes out. So there are some people who just, like, for them, Sonic Frontiers will always be the game it was on release, as opposed to, you know, the different ways it's been fixed now. It's like with No Man's Sky. There are people who they're...
At the same time, it's kind of up to the player, you know, as to whether or not they want to see what's new there, you know? Like, I think it would be silly to kind of be like, I'm going to try and make a judgment of the game as it is post-updates without playing the updates, if you get me. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, my experience with it was, I played it pre-updates, I for example, thought it was a little mediocre and stuff. Like, it's a fair take, but it's like, if they're then adding stuff you've asked for and you're just like, nope, don't want to do it, moved on. It's kind of silly, right? Like,
I don't
if
really...
you're a YouTuber or like a critic, sure. But like, for
Yeah, I don't think
audience, that's not their job.
I don't think it's silly to say that the product that I bought and I played, I did not enjoy because of these reasons.
yeah, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like, if they have made an effort, though, to actually, you know, add a little more to it, and it's free, it just kind of seems silly to continue dwelling on what was before when it's kind of, we're past that point, you know?
Well, so
I don't think
if
we
you play the game post update, then you can be past it. But if the experience that somebody else had playing was just the pre-update, and again, like I said, they haven't had the time or anything to play the updates. The game may be well and good, but the experience they had was still sour.
Then they can get a good experience by playing it now.
That's not.
The game's not
That doesn't.
That's not how that works.
That doesn't erase the experience they had.
Yeah, but then they can go have a positive one. Just have another one.
Time is just as valuable. I'd say more valuable than money. And why would you
Yeah, but
waste
if
your
someone
time with
comes
like
to me
that
and
was?
says- Yeah, but like when people are like, "Oh, No Man's Sky sucks," it's like, "Hey, that's great. Give it a try now. Maybe you'll get what you wanted out of it the first time."
Yeah, but the problem is
That's
the
all I
gaming
gotta
industry is relying on that. They're relying
I'm
on
not
that
saying
one
that's not a
understand
problem.
story.
I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm just saying I can fucking live with it.
Gainer in my chat just went British people being wrong. I'm so shocked.
That seems it's not racist. What is that?
No, that's just go
Xenophobic?
fuck yourself. Like, because I don't think I am wrong. I think I'm making a fair point to say it's ultimately like, I don't know. I think it's reductive. You know. I'm not saying this is the practice everyone should do. Yeah, release it in the best state you possibly can from the get-go. But again, like the game's not gonna fucking vanish. Like.
The updates might. Servers go down and like all you have is like whatever's on the disk.
Man, that's kind of apocalyptic though, isn't it, when you think about it?
I mean, like games nowadays, like that's just again, like it's being so ingrained now. That's just kind of how the industry is. But like that's why it's like a bigger problem to talk
Also, did they
about.
release things like, Game of the Year edition and shit that have like the fucking extras, or if it's not Game of the Year, just a re-release or something?
Most Game of the Year editions, like, yeah, every game has like some glitch fixes here and there. Most Game of the Year editions are like, hey, the base game is done, here's the DLC extra bit of land and stuff like that. Like, the reason why I think this one got flack, I mean, I do appreciate it being free, but a lot of this has been like, yo, your game was not done. Like, I'm glad you guys are going back and finishing it up, but like, for me, what I'm seeing here is like, I like a lot of the new additions. I think they're cool. I've not touched a lot of them yet, but like, I really love the idea behind some of these, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun like mastering this. But like, some of the core problems I always had are still here. The physics are not one for one between cyberspace and open world. I've never liked the idea of like having to tweak the physics of a platformer, and I've not been sold on it yet. Like, I've played this game for a long fucking time before these updates, and they've not done anything to show me that's changed at all. And the poppin's fucking ridiculous.
The poppin's bad. The poppin's like I've kind of gone more with the notion that it's more features than fixes. Like,
I mean, it is.
what
Yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely
Like, because
is.
there's much to be desired in the overall presentation. The pop-in is fucking unacceptable. The fact that they haven't smooth IK'd the terrain, so Sonic is just buppity everywhere he runs, is silly. Like, that's just a quick toggle switch in any gaming engine. But I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I'm just trying to say that shit's still bad. But like, I don't know. I get the feeling you're probably looking at me like I'm a fucking crazy person whenever I say this is one of my favorite Sonic games.
No,
It's one of my it's one of
fun
my
as hell.
favorite Sonic games.
Yeah, it's one of my top 10 for sure. But I got a lot of
Like,
problems with it.
Like, I'm in that position where it is one of my favorite games in the Sonic series, and I think that's probably the reason that I kind of give it a hard time.
I guess. I mean, I've got more hours clocked in on Sonic Frontiers than I have any game whatsoever now, which is kind of crazy considering how recent it is. But it is quite rare that I don't know, Sonic games are something I can easily fixate on because they are quick and dirty, fun dopamine rushes effectively, like, when they're good anyways. But like, yeah, I think it used to be like Sonic Unleashed was one that I had probably some of the most time clocked into, but now Frontiers has kind of overtaken that. Bear in mind, I don't go to school and my job is YouTube, so like, I've got plenty of time to do this shit. But
I think for me, Adventure 2 and Unleashed are probably the ones that I have the most locked in on. Adventure 2 because of the Chow Garden, and Unleashed because I tried to S rank all the stages.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing as well, is like, I've been loading Sonic Unleashed up on the Xenia emulator and shit. My god, that game looks so much better than Sonic Frontiers. And it is insane to me, because that game is... How old is fucking Sonic Unleashed?
2007?
2008.
2008?
Yeah, it has a depth of field engine. Frontiers doesn't have depth of field. Like, if you walk up to fucking blades of grass and they get close up to the camera, they don't blur like they should. They fucking go fucking pop art comic looking, which is ridiculous. That's insane. Now, you do get an artificial depth of field effect if you lock onto an enemy, but holy fuck, depth of field is an actual, like, that's a thing. Look at those flowers that are close up to camera. Look. Fucking... Insane. Insane. That's a thing on a PS5 game.
Get down.
Like, yeah, get the plant really close up to the camera and just watch it turn into a posterized pop art looking fucking... Terrible.
No,
Oh,
I
God,
mean,
now
we
I'm-
talked about it 1,000 times. Like, the budget of this game is very clearly on display, but
It was made with $5, a packet of crisps, and a dream. It might as well be a bloody indie game. But my god, is it fun. Like...
I mean,
I'm actually curious now. Do we...
indie games nowadays, like I expect good things from indie developers now.
Okay, fine, it might as well be a college project, but...
Fair.
We
Fuck
put
it,
Sonic in
you
the
know?
Unreal Engine.
I mean,
it
it is that game. Sega hired this man in the game. It's one of the first jokes made about him.
It's one of those things, though, where, like, my buddy Lawrence was kind of saying... Like, he hasn't played Frontiers yet, and he was just saying, I really wish Sega would put the budget and time into Sonic games that Nintendo does with Mario. And I said, I completely agree. At the same time, Frontiers demonstrates to me what makes Sonic special when compared to Mario. Because, yes, Super Mario Odyssey is a masterpiece of game design on just about every level. And Sonic Frontiers is baby's first fucking Unreal Engine tech demo. But I come back to Frontiers more often. And Frontiers
honest,
left more of an...
I still
Frontiers
haven't
left more-
beaten Odyssey.
Frontiers left more of an impact on me, and I think it's because it does demonstrate what makes Sonic different to Mario. In that, with Mario, you've got this very happy-go-lucky twee tone, and the story doesn't really mean beans or anything like that. And, you know, it's all, you know, hey, let's have a good time, a little bit of toe-tapping jazz, party shit. Sonic Frontiers has me running around graveyards bringing peace to lost souls, while I fucking rock out in a fucking power fantasy for the boss fights. And I'm like, that's the distinction here. You know, that's the shit Mario doesn't do. And same goes for, like, comparing it with Legend of Zelda. Like, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, as an open world game, again, on just about every frontier, it's technologically and artistically a stronger title than Sonic Frontiers. But again, with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you're playing as this fragile little man against the elements. With Sonic Frontiers on the top of the fucking food chain. It's the power fantasy that makes Sonic Sonic. And it's one of those things that, in this case, they funneled $0 into it. But that shines through, because we haven't lost track of that magic of Sonic, you know?
I mean, that corny shit's all well and fine. We're not complaining about any of that. I'm saying, like, you need a
Oh, who
fucking
said I was
game.
responding to the shit you were fucking saying?
Well, that's just what I'm saying. I'm talking about, like, the issues with the game. Like, I think
I know,
that
but
magic...
am I allowed to say shit without it being interpreted as a defense against whatever you've said?
No, Bob, because you've been defensive, like, every time I critique this thing.
Fuck me.
We bicker as, like, a motherfucker. I agree with you, though. Like, I agree in terms of, like, there's something magical about Sonic, right? Like, there's a reason why, despite years and years and years of critique, like, there is a very, very fervent fan base behind it. And there is a magic in here despite itself. I find that fascinating. I just also find it unacceptable. Like, it's been 30 years, you know? Like, guys, what are we doing? Like, treat him better than this. He's a very, very special character. It's a very important franchise. So, like, yeah, like,
Give it a budget. Just give it a fucking budget.
I think it goes beyond budget, though, man. Like, I think there are very simple things here showing, like, fundamental flaws in game design. Like, there's so much of this design is incoherent and doesn't mesh well together. And, like, but the highs are really... Like, you can tell the spots where, like, they were super confident in, right? Like the Super Sonic fights, where they're like, they kept that hidden from press and everything, because they're like, no, we got something crazy here. We got something that just goes off the fucking chain.
Yeah.
Like I think, yeah, all I'm really saying is, like, those special elements, like, yeah, let them really shine. I've never, ever been like, let's turn this into Mario. I don't think anybody really is. I think everyone's just like, hey, maybe polish it the fuck up. Because, like, I mean, Zelda, as an example, like, whether or not you enjoy the layout of that game and, like, the basic idea of that game, it is still very open with its physics. Like, there's a lot of potential to really break that game apart, and the game opens it. I mean, like, why it's brilliant in terms of, like, an open world game compared to a lot of other stuff that came out prior to it is because it's like, no, this is an actual sandbox. We've given you all the tools you need. Get creative. And for the most part, like, that world is going to respond in kind. And there's just so many times here in, like, Sonic, like, the idea to me for... It could be my personal preference too, but, like, when it comes to, like, an open world Sonic, and then I see a bunch of this, like, that, it just kind of flies in the face for what I'm doing. Like, it feels like most of the design is here and not on the ground itself. When I know, God, like, there's so much fun in here. Like, if you could just focalize, like focal, look at that as your focal point. Like, yeah, like, really blow that up. Like, kind of what I think Generations did a great job with that. Like, yeah, like, story's weak. In classic Sonic, like, it's fine for that game, but it's not anything special. But, like,
by no means ideal.
Yeah, but, like, they honed in on, like, what makes a boost stage special. And it's just one of the greatest experiences we've ever had in the series. And same with, like the strong points of, like, the storytelling or the environment of Unleashed and stuff like that. I think that's always been a problem with Sonic is, like, it's the werehog. There's so much here that's good, but there's this big, glaring problem. And you guys are okay with that, and you, in some cases, intentionally put it in, and you didn't prove it worthwhile. And I know that's my opinion when it comes to, like, using the werehog as an example. Just,
but this is why I'm like, this is why I have the let Kishimoto cook mentality. Right? It's because we've made a lot of progress to get to where we are now. Because Sonic Frontiers, it's got glaring errors, but it's not things as deliberate as, like, the werehog and stuff.
sure.
They're so fucking close to nailing it. Like, perfecting it, I guess. Because I think they did nail it. They're so close. They just need more congruent level design with the geometry, and better art style, and just time in the oven. You know, that's why I'm just like, okay, keep Kishimoto on, because he is clearly listening to feedback. Keep him around. Fucking funnel all the fucking money in the world into the next Sonic game. Make a high-budget AAA title. Get more than 2 fucking animators working on the animations as well. That's something I found out. Before Sonic Frontiers, Sonic games had 2 animators. Fucking 2. Frontiers has 16. And admittedly, the animations aren't exactly much better. In fact, in some places they're a little worse. But, like, god damn, like, they just need more time, more resources, more money to work on these Sonic games.
Like, yeah, but my issue there is, like, you first listed, you started that list by saying it just needs this, and then you spent 2 minutes going through a huge laundry list of, like, big things.
I don't think that's that big of a laundry list here, though, because I don't want them to go back to the drawing board and be like, we're going to make a whole brand new fucking playstyle for Sonic. and we're going to completely revise the structure and shit. No, don't fucking. You got something.
But
here.
that's an entirely separate conversation. Like, what I'm saying is, like, what you're listing, like, those things on that list are huge things. Those are, like, gargantuan things. And this game had another year in the oven. They delayed it a year. And there's, like...
I don't think it's that... I don't think I'm asking for much here.
I don't think anybody is, though. Like,
I don't think it would take much to, when they go into the next game, keep Sonic's gameplay pretty much exact as it is here. Keep the fucking sliders. I like the sliders. But just make level design that's more ramping-like. That's more congruent, you know?
You keep saying just, but, like, again, dude, like, when it comes
It's not,
to
it's
platformers,
just build
like...
levels with deliberacy. Know what you want to make before you do it. This is clearly a fucking test area.
I wonder if there's a chow garden hidden around here.
Finally hit that one.
Might not be the right climate.
Can't move. Hi, Rock. Hello, Rock. Just pop in there.
Like, because as it is, if they're making another Sonic game, which they are, you need to make new levels, right? So I'm just like, okay.
They don't need to make new levels, just reuse the old ones again.
Oh, fucking yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? But, like, don't just chuck a terrain down and fucking throw a load of shit on it, you know?
Stop it, Cricket. Get down. Enough of the shit. Snake dog, get down. Oh my god.
Pernia, just like, I dozed off while Vice Rhino was on. Why is it Sunset City now?
Oh god. Oh, Cricket, you made me get hit. Get down, dog. Go away. I'm not playing. Get down. Get down. Oh my god. Enough of this. Holy shit. Like, you're a year and a half
Oh my
old.
god, Cricket.
Get your shit together.
Goodness gracious.
I smacked her butt and he about cried about it. This bitch.
Oh,
Fuck off.
smack her. A bee.
Smack her butt? She's fine.
Yeah. No, she's not an object. She's not a piece of meat for you to just smack on the ass, alright? She's got rights.
God damn it!
Oh.
She might look like a hoe, she might dress like a hoe, but you don't get to smack her like she's a hoe, okay? But she is a hoe.
Cricket, have you calmed down yet? I'll let go of your collar if you calm down. Okay.
She's like,
gotten,
Dad, look how high I can jump. Dad, look.
she's gotten very used to be like, hey, I'm sitting here. Ow, god damn it. And then jumping up and scrapping the crap out of my arm. Knock it off. Every time I'm trying to stream. Dog.
She just loves you lots.
I don't care.
There's a simple solution. You put her just behind the wheel of your car and reverse it.
That one was dark even for me.
That's I'm used to it.
No, see, this bitch here started crying. When Cricket was being a little shit, I was like, hey, you're gonna stop doing that, or else I'm gonna get Nick's car and reverse it over you.
But see, I'm a Sonic fan, and I just got used to and started defending shitty ideas.
See, he's doing it again. He's doing it again. Defending the shitty ideas. My man cannot just accept that I just don't think is that big of a deal.
That's the problem with Sonic. I wish we could turn that off. I'm so fucking tired of that.
Well, you don't
agree.
like squid.
I agree fully. It's another one of those things where the modders are picking up the slack.
Let's go find one of these babies.
Seriously, it is incredible what modders can do, and it makes me really wonder why we can't have this.
Sometimes it's because modders can literally just go, I've identified the problem, let me get rid of the problem. Whereas with game development, sometimes there's that situation where you go, hey, I think I know the problem, I could solve it. And a higher up goes, no, we don't have the time or budget for that.
Yeah, that is true. That's fucking true. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying X dev is responsible. I'm just saying fucking hell, Sega. Let him
Blame
cook.
management.
Let him cook. Always blame management. That's like the #1 rule of life.
You just started walking backwards. What the fuck is that? I'm down some. Oh, that's on me.
I get what they were trying to do in that every time you stop while doing a wall run or a climb, he has a little dangle animation, but like, it's annoying. Just stop climbing, mate. You don't have to fucking milk it, you know? Get over yourself, buddy.
I mean, this is... Map was not designed for Sonic! Fucking god.
What are you getting upset about now? What are you sucking at this time? I've been a bit out of the loop. What have you done?
This is how he reacts to terrain. There we go.
Oh, the thing
yeah,
that Pup
no,
was mentioning, you could just solve with the smoothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, lack of smooth IK.
Yep.
Again, that's a tick box. I don't know how it is in the fucking Cry engine or whatever it is they're using, but typically, it's a tick box. Because I've designed some Sonic levels myself in the past, using like Unreal and stuff. And yeah, I am aware that sometimes these things are just as simple as ticking a box.
I'm a bit of a game developer myself.
You know, I find interesting. If you look to the right there, that's the left. That's still the left.
I wasn't paying attention. What are you talking about?
If you look to the right,
Yeah, there's
and then down a little.
an entire
Right
other
there.
island. Wow.
Yeah, but look, there's a big passageway leading from fucking Rhea Island to Kronos. Look to the right. See, there's a wall run section.
Yeah, that's a little crevasse. I've explored it many times.
Not that, you bitch. The fucking wall run.
Yeah, right there. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
That leads down to a little embankment where originally
Yes.
it didn't lead to shit. So I hope they added something there.
I think there's a music note there now, but I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Good. Like, that's the kind of shit Ray Island needed. I mean, Sonic Heroes makes me nostalgic. That is the point. Whoop. Try again, son. There you go, buddy. Oh, there's an entire... Excuse me, sir. Run right by you here.
Please.
Oh, I can't look at the map. Oh, bad.
I do kind of feel like the first time you encounter those giant enemies is the only time you should get the notification about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most games
Also,
know that.
Azura is relentlessly janky as well.
Yup. Calm down, Jesus Christ.
Again, I keep saying he's a pussy when it comes to his claim. I'm hoping Knuckles is going to be better at it than that.
If we actually get Knuckles in Overworld.
I think we probably
You will. They've already confirmed that.
They've confirmed that?
Where they confirm
Yeah.
that?
It says that you collect the Chaos Emeralds as the different characters on the official press release.
That
And
doesn't
you don't
mean
do
you're
that.
playing them in the Overworld, though.
You don't collect Chaos Emeralds in Cyberspace, not to mention we've seen him fighting the ancient fucking little droid fellas in the trailer, so I would assume that, you know, he's going to be available in the overworld.
Hmm.
I'm still interested to see what they're gonna do here, because I mean, no matter how much you bitch about Cyberspace, like, that's very clearly designed around Sonic. Like, they pulled that level design from old Sonic games. So, I mean, and so much of this is like rails and shit. So, like, I think like the biggest place they can make a difference is gonna be combat. But I really do hope we get like proper gliding and stuff like that. That'd be a lot of fun.
I feel like Knuckles' combat should be more free-flowing as well.
You mean because he's actually a combat veteran, he should be able to act like it?
Well, what I mean is, like, Sonic's is very, you know, you can just punch things regularly, but he's quite sluggish with that. It's
Yeah.
quite, basic. And like combos are very much like hold this button while pressing this button, and he'll do a cool cinematic attack. Knuckles' attacks I don't think should be as cinematic. I think they should be more werehoggian, okay? Leveled up werehog is what I think Knuckles should be.
Less flair for the dramatic, more flair for efficiency.
Yeah, more just like you can just go through hordes and hordes of enemies just sweeping them.
Yeah, powerful.
I mean, that would-
He should be powerful.
Yeah, because Sonic's attacks are designed for fighting one enemy at a time. Knuckles should be able to take out like multiple at once.
I wonder if they're
Yeah.
actually gonna bring in like new enemies or something like that. That'd be interesting.
Well, we know that in the game's files they've got some golden enemies, but I think they were just on the cutting room floor.
That's
It would make sense for like Sonic is a little more sluggish with stuff that's not jumping and spin dashes. Knuckles is super good with punches and stuff like that, but he's not.
Yeah, like his climbing is more smooth than Sonic's, and he's got more of a grip, and his attacks, while less cinematic, are able to take out more enemies at once. I feel like that would be a good way of doing that.
The character that I'm most interested in seeing how they're going to handle combat for, if they actually do the overworld thing with them, is Tails. Because there's so many different interpretations of how Tails does combat throughout the series.
Yeah, like whether or not he used his little tail spin, or if he uses gadgets.
what they really
Yeah.
need is fake rings. That's what they need.
No, please not those again.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't give a fuck about the fake rings.
I hated those things in Sonic Heroes, and I hated them in Sonic 06.
I think
them
they're
with
worse in Heroes because, like, obviously fake.
I loathed them in Sonic 06.
I mean, I didn't like the fact you had to stop on a dime in order to throw one.
And then mix them in with just regular rings if you need just rings. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
But like, I don't mind the idea of Tails having like gadget attacks that consist of like bombs and stuff, because I mean that is very tasty.
What
That's also how they had him fight in Sonic Battle. Like, he was almost exclusively gadgetry.
Give him a gun. Give him a fucking gun.
what I've always thought about Sonic Frontiers, and this makes me wonder, like just in terms of like how they designed this, like I'm of two minds about it. Because like when I look at combat, I think, oh, that should be Knuckles' bag. Or if I see the puzzles, I'm like, oh, we should have Tails solving puzzles, stuff like that. But then I also think, like, yeah, but is this a Donkey Kong 64 situation if we did that? Where we're just kind of, well, I'll be back here later with a different character. Wish I could just do this now.
I mean, what you could do is have like by the puzzle, you could have Tails just stood there, and if you try to interact with the puzzle, you automatically switch to Tails.
Or you just have a button like in Sonic Heroes that just switches you to Tails in general, like just in the world.
Or different
Yeah, you could
campaigns
have
have different
characters
challenges,
going
kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, because like the biggest issue with Donkey Kong 64 was that they expected you to revisit not just to do one-off things, but to also get your own brand of collectibles in every level.
Yep.
Whereas like even when Banjo-Kazooie did that, they were like, you don't need to do that when you split Banjo and Kazooie up. They just accept that there are some stuff that one will be able to get to that the other won't be able to get to, and that's enough.
You know, I
what's
think would be the
problem
perfect
with
thing.
What's up?
If Tails' gameplay consists of the science puzzles from Spider-Man PS4, Knuckles is a top-down shooter, and Amy's Pac-Man, that would be perfect.
So, like, you're saying, like, just press X to skip the entire Tails campaign is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you have to be, it's mandatory. You have to do it to beat the fucking game.
I mean, we already had that wretched pinball section. I don't know how worse it
no,
can
I'm
get.
saying more like that, mate. Fucking give Tails,
More of that!
give Tails the circuitry puzzles from Spider-Man PS4. Make that strictly his gameplay style. You don't get to run around as him. You just do that. Knuckles as a top-down shooter, and Amy is just fucking Pac-Man.
Man,
I think there's a good
Think I'd
balance
rather
you
die.
have there. I mean, there's a reason why you'd want to play other characters. You have to put that at the forefront. So I hope they do that
That
with
was
this.
kind of the worst idea I possibly could. Like,
Well, like the way I see this update, and like I mean, I said it like years ago. God, I'm so old now. Like maybe like last year when they announced this stuff, or maybe even like when we were speculating before they announced anything. Like that could have been a thing too. Like we talked about like what if they added characters. is like, yeah, but like, as much as I bitch and moan about like a lot of this game not marrying ideas together as well as I think they could have, like it is still built on the idea of Boost Sonic. So I have to wonder how much could they really do for new characters? So like I'm kind of going to go into it being like, here's a proof of concept for whatever comes next, kind of a thing. And I'm going to be way more lenient with the, because yeah, like that kind of stuff is like that being free, like that's cool. I think that's cool. But like the other quality of life updates and shit like that, no, I would have been pissed if I had to pay for that.
I just want to know, is the end still a top-down shooter?
I hope not.
Kishimoto has said that he said way early on that they were working on overhauling the end. But I'm also aware that things do get left on the cutting room floor. It would be so funny to me if they had that new story and they do so much only for it to still end on a top-down shooter.
Hey guys, do you like Ikaruga? No? Well, too bad.
Hey, I saw you were looking at Ikaruga in the Nintendo eShop. How'd you like that in Sonic?
That's what I'm having such a hard time wrapping my head around the mentality of some, I mean, they're kind of old school Sonic directors at this point, where like they had such a great idea going with the Super Sonic fights, and then they ended on that. And maybe the thought process was like, oh, it's just an extra little thing if you do the hard mode. But
they definitely ran out of time. Or money. Or something. Like, that was not the intention, and you can tell. Like, people who have, like, data mined, like, the game from its very release said, yeah, there is a placeholder file for a proper final boss. But clearly they didn't get round to it. I would think the final boss would be something to prioritize, but I don't know how game development works. But, still, I think the final boss is pretty important. You can't have those supersonic fights and close out with an Ikaruga fight.
yeah, I mean, again, like, I don't think anyone's under the impression, like the flaws, or like the issues they ran into with development are clearly on display here. Just, I wonder if their priorities were in order, because like we have a long track record of this team pulling stupid shit like this, and then I don't know, like this, it's a very simple idea. Like in my brain, it's like, okay, what do we have available? How do we present it? For instance,
it's one of those things.
Like the islands, right? Like, I think that's a problem for me, because they try to pretend it's multiple islands, and then I realized, like, this was really only a problem because they try to say there were multiple islands to begin with. Like, they told us up front there's going to be this many islands. And then they
so we expected that many instead of...
And they try to keep it hidden.
If they hadn't specified 5 islands, I don't think I would have even been mad.
No, I don't think... It's all about presentation. It's about, like, what do you do with what you have on hand? And I've always gotten the impression that maybe it's Kishimoto, maybe it's just the overall Sonic team, like, deciding what's priority, but, like, I've always gotten, like, a very disorganized sort of a development out of them. Just incredibly disorganized, and their priorities a little out of whack.
I do put loads of it up to budget, time management, and stuff like that. But I'll say this. If Kishimoto went into this and was like, you know, I got a great idea, let's make the final boss an Ikaruga fight, then Kishimoto can suck my schnopp. But, like, you know, I firmly believe that these are things where it was, like, budget and time getting the better of them. And maybe there are arguments to be made that you can manage that time and budget better. Maybe. But, like, it's why I try to keep my my critiques of these things as non-personal as possible. I don't like naming names, because I just don't know. I ain't gonna gun for a guy's job if I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, I totally get that. I do think it's important. Like, I've been snapping at Unleash the fucking idiot. Like, just, you know, just talking shit about, like really bad critique.
Evan Stanley?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That idiot just keeps spouting stupid shit and everyone gives him attention. I'm just tired of it. But
I actually don't know who you're talking about, thankfully.
he's an idiot. But
It's
anyway,
funny, like the algorithm on Twitter loves that guy.
Yep. But,
Like whether you follow him on, you're gonna get his tweets.
yeah,
Like,
I don't follow him. I never have. And then I was like, whatever. Like, you can have your opinions, but like, yeah, like I definitely snapped a bit because I was like, dude, that is one person's artwork, and you have no. There's no good critique of it. It's just
Yeah,
no
that- it
offense
was-
to
it
Evans, just looks ugly.
It was a bad faith point. Like, obviously, I don't want to put him on blast too much because he's a fucking kid. But like,
Right.
yeah, like
He's got some growing.
It's a bad thing.
But like,
I
even-
think anyone.
but,
Yeah, go on,
like,
sorry.
well, sorry, but like, why I'm like kind of hard on like Kishimoto specifically. Like, I think you're right. I think it needs to be fairly said. Like, there's a balance between like someone who's a figurehead who just has to deal with a lot of blame, but also you have to understand like, hey, they're in a leadership position for a reason. And this dude and Izuka, they've been doing this for a very long time. These are not like just, this is not their first game. They're not fresh to this. Like, the ideas presented in this game are not new either. A lot of the stuff is just standard in the world of gaming. And yeah, I'm gonna be harder on veterans. They should understand how tight deadlines and budgets can be. They should be used to these working experiences, shitty as they may be, and they got to do better with their priority. I mean, that's why I respect the shit out of Ian Flynn. Like, it's a different beast. It's a very, very different beast. But like,
Yeah.
like when I see him and like the struggles I'm very thankful he's been able to talk about like the struggles with like Archie after the fact, because like there were problems are obvious right there too, right?
Ian Flynn is like offering fans go into kind of what goes on, and I appreciate that. But it's another thing I do appreciate with Kishimoto as well, is how upfront he's been about this stuff over on Twitter as well. I kind of just, when I see people just being honest about the game's development or the project's development, I'm more inclined to be like, I want to let him cook. I want to see what they're up to. Because that's another thing. Like, have you seen something? I think Kishimoto caught a bit of heat, but he's not wrong. Did you see what he said in regards to like a Mario and Sonic crossover game?
No, I retweeted that. Like, I'm in complete agreement with him, and I said it in the comments too. Like, if he, because there are some people like getting weirdly defensive about it. It's like, this guy shouldn't be doing Sonic. Like, look, I don't know if he should be a director for the games for different reasons, but like, if he's a game director and he thinks he's producing anything on the same level of quality as the Mario games, he has no right being a game director.
Yeah, and like he even straight up said, like from the jump, we have a long way to go. Like as soon as like initial responses to Frontiers came in, he was straight up like, yeah, we've got a long way to go before I feel like we have to be.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see though, is a guy being honest and critical of something that he's worked on, rather than just giving us publicity spin.
I mean,
someone that's saying, I want to do better, and you know, I'm committed to that. Another thing was someone on Twitter made a really great video comparing animations in Sonic Unleashed to animations in Sonic Frontiers. And yeah, it does go to show, my god, the animation standard in Sonic Unleashed was fucking fantastic compared to Frontiers.
Well, I want to kind of get back to the point I was trying to make about Flynn, because it wasn't about him being honest. I could give a shit. Like, make a good game. Like, I appreciate it, but like, make a good game. And that's why, like, I'm gonna be a little harsher on like the heads of this, because when I look at Flynn, I see somebody who's not only like, he's a veteran for Sonic storytelling, and it's in a different form. Like, yeah, there's gonna be some growing pains when, you know, writing for a game versus a comic. It's a different beast. But like, even like, and you'll probably see it in the Archie stuff too, and like other limitations. Like, yeah, he's not perfect, and you can see some glaring issues here and there in the storytelling, but you can still clearly see somebody who deeply, deeply loves these characters, is very passionate about it, and is extremely talented. And being able to, I mean, that's a part of that's unfortunately that's a part of the industry, is like, you need to be able to work within those boundaries and be able to jump in a moment's notice when something goes off plan, because it always will with game development. And
I guess, yeah, like, yeah, sorry, go on.
And I don't know that about Kishimoto yet. Like, I've seen a lot of his games, and I know there's a lot of fans behind some of them, but for a very long time, it's always felt like they're trying to build a game around whatever the fan base is yelling about versus, hey, I've got a really good idea and I deeply understand all aspects of this character, modern, classic, boost, adventure, any stuff like that. Like when Flynn talks about Sonic on the podcast, like he deeply understands this franchise.
Definitely. No, it's like when I heard about the whole he was trying to pitch Hypersonic for the final boss, and Sega said no to that. I'm like, no, guys, listen to him. He knows. He knows what we want. If they brought Hypersonic back, Twitter would fucking light on fire talking about Hypersonic.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Supersonic 2 trending.
But,
if
like,
that can trend, Hypersonic would. Listen to the man.
But that's what the difference between Flynn is versus, like, if Kishimoto's just taking feedback. Because I've always felt, and I don't know if it's true or not, like, a lot of the management at Sega, like, they're just going to work. They're not inspired. And I could be wrong there. I could be 100% wrong. But, like, Flynn wouldn't bring back Hypersonic just for the sake of bringing it back. He's like, I saw this thing, and I feel we can expand on this idea. I think there's something really cool here that we can explore. That's why I was, like, so confident with him, like, touching the Chaos Emeralds. And my problem wasn't, like, it's from space or anything like that. My problem with the story was, go further. Like, do more. Like, you're onto something. Do more.
It's why I really want to read more of Flynn's work. Like, I've read some of his early IDW stuff, and I've read some of the earlier Ian Flynn Archie stuff that, like, you've kind of gotten me into and stuff. Right now, and obviously I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, right now, a lot of the problems that I do have with Frontiers' story, even though I do like it, are also present in those Archie comics, in that the characters are handled nicely. He's got a good grasp on how these characters should interact. The ending is fucking abrupt. It's true of pretty much every Archie arc I've read so far in that run. A lot of the IDW stuff too, and Frontiers, is that the ending is abrupt as fuck. I don't know if that's a Flynn-specific thing, or if that's where he's working within his own limitations, which is why I really, really try to avoid naming names when it comes to this stuff. But it's just an observation I had, is that, yeah, like, Frontiers' story's weaknesses are in some ways present in the Archie too.
Yeah,
I haven't.
But I mean, you told me what arcs you've gone through so far, and this is not
It's
justifying
the passing of the torch.
Yeah, and I do think that's still a fair critique, though, because, I mean, end of the day...
I have read some IDW stuff too, bear in mind.
Yeah, no, but, like, what I'm saying there is just, like, I'm going to give him a little benefit of the doubt, because, like, he was still new, professionally new there. And, yeah, like, it is passing the torch. Like, he has to tie up a lot of loose ideas that weren't really gelling with what Sega wanted anymore, and what he didn't want to do anymore. Like this is his baby now. He needs to kind of mold it into it, but to respect the canon that's come before, he can't just immediately start fresh. He's got to go this way or that, and he needs to wrap things up. My takeaway from those arcs that you've gone through so far is, like, so the problem was, like, there are too many Chaos Emeralds. Like, Archie established that...
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Like, they pulled him in from space during the Avatar.
Yeah, they weren't just like a unique set of 7 emeralds. They were just a part of the landscape. They're just things you collected. And they were only green on Mobius. But then, like, or some of them, I don't know, there's a multitude of folks, like, there would be different colored Chaos Emeralds on different planets and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, how do we wrangle that? And Sega's like, no, there's only 7 of them. So then, yeah, Flynn has to use that story to be like, okay, we have to solve the problem Sega sets out for me. And that's the kind of shit I appreciate about him.
Yeah, he's very strong at working within what Sega is asking of him.
Yeah, and he's still, it's still not like, I mean, they're clearly characters he didn't like, or it was just like, fuck him, let's just kill him and be done with it. But, like, he didn't like Tommy Turtle. And Adam's, like, a very, very, very old Archie villain. But he still made it, like, this kick-ass Dragon Ball Z ending. He was like, fuck this guy. He's just a boring character. It's like, yeah, we'll go hard, though. Whatever.
It's also like, Frontiers as well. Like, a good example of where Ian Flynn is trying to meet Sega and the fans halfway was the little maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Quote from Knuckles about, oh, had I gone Super Knuckles, I could have dealt with this. It's a means to an end. It can give a fan a brief little semi-stiffy, but it also doesn't necessarily it's not committal. However, kind of getting back to my point of like personalized criticism, I as much as I don't like to name names, there are some names I want to know, and that's where things get a bit different for me. Is like whoever is saying, whoever is setting the most rigid rules of any fucking fictional property about a cartoon hedgehog I've ever seen. Whoever is saying, oh, we can't have a fun Shadow skin in Superstar, we can't fucking have Hypersonic, we can't even reference the Freedom Fighters or have them in any form or capacity. Get them the fuck out of here. Like, just get them out.
You just...
Pop, you're telling them to fire Izuka.
If that
then
is Izuka.
Goodbye, Izuka.
Pop,
If that is Izuka. If that is.
Izuka. It's Izuka. Like, we've had it confirmed from multiple sources. Everything goes through him. Everything.
Right, because the thing that I think is holding this all back is that Sonic is treated like a fucking sacred scribe. There is zero flexibility in this franchise, and it's clear where it's suffocating the creative people behind it. Oh, Shadow and Team Dark can't be friends with each other. They just have a grim rapport and they don't question one another. Fucking, we couldn't possibly have Hypersonic. We can't even incorporate a version of the Freedom Fighters, Like, I don't have the fucking Freedom Fighters boner you have, Nick, but at the end of the day, if the fans want it, do it. Just do it,
Again, like I've said it 100 times before, like I didn't like the Freedom Fighters as a kid. I wanted more game-centric stuff. So that's what I wanted. I came in as a fan of the games, and then checked out the other Sonic media, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the question I'm asking is, what is the harm in there being a Sally Acorn in the main Sonic universe? I don't think she should be a fucking princess. I don't think she should be a fucking monarchy character. But she could still be a daughter of some kind of authority figure.
Well, like there is a challenge. Like, to be fair, like Freedom Fighters are one conversation. Sally's another conversation. And you have to... It's one thing for me to be like, I'd be fine just seeing her in the story, like in the background or something like that, or like, hey, just reference it when you're talking about like origins and like, oh yeah, we made a cartoon back in the day, shit like that. But like, for other people, like, I mean, think about Sunami fans, right? Like, Sally was designed specifically to be a girlfriend to Sonic. She was the love interest. And if you don't have that element in there, some fans are going to have a riot. Like, when they rebooted Archie, Sega put that mandate in there, like, hey, Sonic's not dating nobody no more. And Flynn played with the idea of like, hey, what if Sally and Nicole were a thing? What if Sally ended up being bi? People lost their minds.
They really did that? That's kind of cool.
Well, no, they didn't, but they were playing with that idea. Like, if they kept going with Archie, because they could still play around more with the Western characters in ways that you can't do with the game characters, at least not anymore. I mean, you're seeing that with IDW characters.
I think the Sonic creatives and stuff have had trouble juggling Sonic as an idealized hero and Sonic as an interesting character as well. Because it's one of those things where part of the reason I'm not fond of relationship drama when it comes to Sonic is dating can get ugly, If we're to treat it as a realistic thing, if we do want to look at it through this mature lens, dating can get fucking ugly. And if you're not going to do it through that mature lens, there's not really any point of bringing that to Sonic, and it's like, I don't want to see Sonic fucking screw someone over emotionally or anything like that, I just don't want to see it from him. I understand it happens. I don't want to see it from my boy. But, like, at the same time, what I'm effectively asking for is more of this Boy Scout Sonic, effectively. There needs to be a balance, I don't think we need to tackle things like dating and politics when it comes to Sonic. But I also don't think he needs to be fucking Superman either,
I think that becomes a problem when everything becomes canon, though. Like, like spoilers from my video about Sonic's 900th adventure, but like that's something I get into a bigger conversation about. That's like, look, like this is cool, it exists, but it's so safe, and like this can't celebrate. It's like 900 issues of Sonic, Fleetway, Archie, IDW, 900 issues.
Yeah,
we can't celebrate any of it.
If you're going to factor those into the number, you need to factor into them.
Yeah, they're.
But like Archie Sonic wasn't bothering anybody. It's like it's doing its own thing. It's its own canon. And you know, like a lot of fans want to say, like when I made a video about Sally, it's like, oh well, she's not canon. It's like, okay, then why does it bother you then? Why the hell can it just be its own thing somewhere else? Like we can't even have reprints of that comic?
That's the thing, is like the brand maintenance for Sonic is ridiculous.
The priority doesn't make sense to me, because if they're worried about brand confusion, why are there two different versions of Sonic?
I mean, also look at it this way, right?
The fucking movies exist too.
We've had 3 live-action Spider-Men, and one of them was not universally accepted. One of these guys didn't catch on the way they wanted him to. They still brought him into No Way Home, and everyone loved it. You know, I just think Sega needs to take more of a Spider-Man mentality when it comes to Sonic, and be open to these things. Like, I think
there's a wacky history here. Just fucking celebrate it.
Yeah, I think Sonic games should have an art style per game as well. Have one look graffiti art, have one look, like the most brain dead fucking thing I'm seeing all over the fucking Twitter, Sonic Twitter, is the cool versus cute debate. Oh, I think Sonic's design should prioritize looking cool. I think Sonic's design should prioritize looking edgy. I think Sonic's design should prioritize looking cute. Fuck me. The needs of the project should determine that. What's the tone of the story? What are we doing here? Why does every Sonic story have to have the same art style? Why does every Sonic story have the same fucking tone? You know, Sonic Lost World was in a whole...
Yeah, there's a fluidity in his core design that would allow it to get a bit more creative. Like, from the very beginning, we've had different designs for Sonic. There are 2 different designs for Sonic out right now.
It's awesome that we got, you know, Tracy Yardley's style of Sonic illustrations. I really like Evan Stanley's style of Sonic illustrations. Who is it that does the art for Scrapnik Island? Because Sonic's a little more...
I know Natalie Fordring does the colors.
Everyone's a lot more cuddly looking in that one, and I welcome it. Like, it's a sweet story at its heart, you know, Scrapnik Island, and, like, it's got an art style that fits that. And you know, I think it would be cool if, you know, we could get a game like Sonic Lost World have a really interesting noodly rubber hose looking Sonic to match its very noodly looking level design. And if like a game like Sonic Frontiers, which admittedly does have a slightly more grounded looking Sonic because it's got that furry texture now. Like, yeah, like, you know, people, you know, didn't like Sonic 06's design for Sonic, but if it were just one design of many, and you could still have a core one. You could still have one that you put on the t-shirts. Or you could just sell more fucking t-shirts, because that seems like a good business idea. You know, like... It's one of those things where I just think the rigidity of the rules when it comes to Sonic... They're so much more rigid than any other fictional character I can think of. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, I've heard it from many people, like... Izuka's obsessed with him staying on model, because... It's a safe brand. They want to sell merch.
I can kind of loosely understand it. Loosely.
I get it I get it from a business standpoint, but also like, yeah, like.
I can also get
cowards.
like, when it comes to folding in and recognizing Western iconography, I can understand the mentality of, yeah, well, we made Sonic and we didn't ask you to put all this shit in it, so like, we're not obligated to fucking acknowledge that. But, fuck me. It's a product. It's not a fucking football game, you know? Like, this doesn't have to be USA versus fucking... I just, you know...
That's Sega Japan.
I don't need the Freedom Fighters to return, or anything like that. I don't need a Sally Acorn. But, it'd be nice if we had, like, an NPC just out there in the world that is called Sally Acorn and looks like her.
Yeah, it's just literally not allowed. Like, that stuff's just...
Or put her in Sonic Forces Speed Battle. You know, you've got Tangle and Whisper.
Just a skin, yeah. Like that kind of stuff, I don't think is insane to ask for.
Just the tiniest little crumb of acknowledgement.
I find it ridiculous when like people say, "Oh, but if you put Shadow in Sonic Superstars, it wouldn't make any sense because kind of." Bitch, when I load up fucking Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1 Do you really think in universe it makes sense for him to be Captain Universe if I'm wielding that costume? Does it make any sense for him to be fighting Venom while wearing the symbiote himself? No, it's a skin because games are supposed to be fucking fun.
Yup.
You know, we have those things in there for satisfaction, for fulfillment, and I think Sonic needs to get over the "this needs to make sense" obsession. Just fucking throw us some playable skins. For fuck's sake, it doesn't make any sense for him to be running around the Starfall Islands wearing these fucking doofy-ass glasses with celebrating his birthday in a fucking graveyard, but we still got it, so why not, you know?
I cannot believe I did not die there. Holy shit.
See, I told you.
Because you almost missed the edge of the spiderweb?
Yeah.
I told you this game was brilliant.
Pup, I genuinely love this game.
Yeah, perfect.
No.
No, this has been a bit of a running gag. I've got a friend who's a filmmaker, and he can never just leave well enough alone when it comes to feedback on his project. Like, if I give him even the slightest critique, he wants to hear more critique. He wants to hear more. He's like, no, I think you're just going too easy on it, bro. And like, no, I actually think it's really good, and those are the critiques I have. If you have any more, that's fine. I'm sure they're valid, but
I need you to do a 2-hour video on why my version of Shadow dying is wrong and bad.
He's a lovely guy. He's a terrific filmmaker. He always wants more criticism because he's his biggest critic, and he thinks I'm fucking just humoring him when I really mean that I think he's a very talented film. So it got to the point where I just started saying, yeah, it's perfect. I think your film's perfect. And just even like his student projects where they're a little ropey around the edges, I'm like, it's perfect, fucking perfect, magnificent. So sometimes I love
you're just gonna give him a complex.
I just love throwing hyperbole out there sometimes, just bringing it to its maximum level, but in a way that's so fucking obvious, you know, like. As I was saying to fucking Dustin, who I love very much and miss very much and desperately want to see again. Fucking Sonic Frontiers is by no means the most polished fucking thing in the world, but it might be the most fucking fun.
Yeah. Oh, do I just have to fight this dude?
And you know, another thing I would say is do not let us level Sonic up as much as we can. It kills so much.
I kind of want leveling to stop being a thing in Sonic games. I can't think of a single Sonic game I've enjoyed leveling in.
No, I like RPG mechanics, but like this didn't really go anywhere. And again, like I kind of like the Zelda method of doing things. Like if you're gonna take anything from Zelda, it's like you have the core tools that you need. You just need to learn to master them.
I don't like it when the reward is, you get to do less. It's like, I'm here
I agree.
to play.
Yeah.
I'm here to fucking, like, I don't want to beat the Titans in a couple of minutes. Like, I want to enjoy it.
Yeah,
These fucking sequels are so stupid.
like Adventure 1 and 2 did already do the Zelda thing of like you've got your toolkit, you add things to it throughout the game, but that's as much as it goes. That's as far as it goes, and that's fine. That's as far as it needs to go. If you really need to have those extra like progression incentives in your game, which I don't even think those are really necessary in Sonic, but if you need to have them, then yeah, sure, I'll open a box to find a bounce bracelet once or twice. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I also, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to this real quick, because I'm gonna die on this hill. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Part of why I'm okay with the sliders is because I think the base gameplay style they give you to begin with is fine.
Sliders.
Out of curiosity, Nick, do you hate them for all games or just certain ones?
For certain ones, dude. It's a platformer.
Okay.
Like, hone in, balance it. Fuck's sake. Like, was that the big argument for just the cyberspace being like, oh no, that's why you can't change it?
Oh no, but did they not offer you that to begin with, though? The base gameplay style is supposed to be the most balanced version of it.
Yeah, but like they also double up with like upgrades to your speed and stuff like that, making a lot of this shit redundant. It doesn't.
No, that
thought
don't do
through.
shit. The updates to the speed only affect the wall run.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like this wasn't thought through properly.
I thought the base gameplay style was fine, and I appreciate that they recognize that I get a massive fucking stiffy when Sonic has a gradual speed build up. You know? They gave me that option. When my boy goes from a gentle little jog to a full-on sprint, I come. You know?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit all over the keyboard.
Yeah. The spooky ghost.
Oh no, spooky ghost.
If they had released the game with just the base playstyle, okay, fine. It's not tailor-made for me, but like it's a good playstyle, you know.
So why is Cyberspace the way it is?
Okay, yeah, fuck, let's fucking fuck.
Move on from the core of my argument.
I'm not saying Cyberspace is good though. I'm just talking about the overworld.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about though. Like they have good things here, so why isn't all of it good?
Well, yeah, this you know a way they could remedy that.
Keep it consistent throughout the entire game.
Add sliders to Cyberspace. Have the sliders.
God damn it! Stop.
That way, my turning speed would allow me the same turning speed in Cyberspace.
Jesus Christ.
It's true though. There's a mod that's literally called Sliders Affect Cyberspace, and it proves it would fucking work.
Is that really what you want in your Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
More sliders?
Just have the exact same gameplay style transfer over to Cyberspace, complete with slider influence.
Sliders are things for modders. That's kind of how I see it. Like, if you really want to get weird and like tweak stuff in there, like I would expect that in a mod, not the main game itself.
What is the problem with me deciding, oh, I like the little flare I get out of this thing here. I think I'll enable that.
What's the problem with it?
Yeah, in the same way that, you know, Spider-Man 2 has easy swing and skill swing.
That's still a... Because Spider-Man is not a platformer.
No, sure, but it's still a movement method, you know?
That doesn't matter.
I guess
does
it's
not matter.
So I can kind of understand having the issue with the customizability for here, because the core of a platformer is supposed to be how tightly the game is built around its control scheme. It's like the reason that Nintendo doesn't even build level environments or anything. They don't even build the geometry until the character feels like it controls well.
Right.
And that's what they start with. So I guess I can understand it. I like having the sliders because I like the type of Sonic that I get out of it, and I know that my Sonic might not end up feeling the same as somebody else's Sonic.
The
So
other
like,
thing is, Sonic is a very specific type of platformer. Like it's like if you make it KO the kangaroo, is it? If you make it a KO the kangaroo game, the dude forges along, he does his little jog, he can jump, and he can punch things. With Sonic, there's that balance between he needs to be fast and satisfying, but he also needs to be controllable. And the thing is, I think Sonic Colors is a perfectly controllable game. But I know dozens of people that put the game down after one level, ruling out that you can't control the fucking guy because he's too fast. And
I've never seen somebody do that with Colors, actually.
yeah, no, I've seen people just say, "Oh, it's too fast, can't do it." You know, I know he's controllable. I know full well he's controllable. Like, for starters, the level design is built around that. For starters, but like, with an open world Sonic, there's so much fucking space to improvise. So I think just giving people the option to be like, your Sonic more the way you want it to be. You know, it doesn't hurt anyone.
It hurts the
I think
core
it-
design, though. Like, your argument is exactly what I'm saying. Like, Sonic's a very specific type of thing. And that's why I feel like they have to be that much more careful with how they do this. Like, good game developers, when they make open-world games where traversal is a big deal, because there are open-world platforming games. I mean, Mario just did one not too long ago, just as an extra. Like, the trick there isn't, like, how customizable he can be. It's, like, giving you this moveset and making you think you can do whatever you want with it. You can get as creative as you want, when, in reality, the developers probably already know everything you're going to do. They're just making you feel like you have that freedom, even if they know the actual limitations.
Is Mario anywhere near as polarizing as Sonic when it comes to how he controls?
No, because that's
No,
their
because they
priority.
usually get it right.
It's not just that though. There is no boost Mario. There is no spin dash Mario. You know, Mario's Mario. You know, he runs, he jumps. You know, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying is people are so specific with what they want from Sonic that there's people that are like, oh, I'll rule out a boost game because I want an adventure game, basically. I think it makes a lot of sense to be like, okay, well, if you want it to be more adventure-y, here's what you can do, and then you can play at that kind of pace, you know?
But the adventure games and the boost games work because they're designed specifically around those mechanics. That's
Sure,
why they
but
work.
But their level design is also built around that. It's why Sonic Unleashed's level design is so corridor-y.
And then
Sonic
look at
Adventures
this.
is...
That's my entire problem. Like, it can't cater to anything because there's nothing specifically designed for Sonic. I don't want nostalgia. I want a fucking balanced game.
I don't know. I think it doesn't have to be too loosey-goosey. I'm not saying, you know, have a complete... But I think the thing is, there is versatility in level design if it's designed well. Because if you boot up fucking Project Unleashed, you can play through the Sonic Unleashed levels with classic Sonic. They're fully fucking functional. Fully functional. Like, it works just fine. It's not a gameplay style that those levels were designed for, but it completely works.
I mean, this just sounds like we're rehashing all the conversations that happened around Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah, but like also like classic Sonic is still designed in that engine. It's just a modified engine. It's just emulating classic Sonic, while at its core, it's still this modern, stiffer Sonic.
Yeah, but I would still say the difference in gameplay style between Generations Classic Sonic and Generations Modern Sonic is far bigger than anything you can achieve with the sliders in Sonic Frontiers. And if that works, there's no reason why, with the right level design, they can't make it work. But to be honest, I haven't had a slider combination that hasn't worked with Frontiers' levels. Even though I still think, you know, the level design in Frontiers is mixed. You know, I don't know if I'm articulating this correctly.
I have the same problem with Frontiers I have with Chaotix. Like, the exact same problem. Like, we were so obsessed with these particular ideas that you put all your focus on this without really taking, like, how that interacts with the level into full account. Like, it's... Again, it works for the most part, but, like, Chaotix is, like, this big open thing that can't really do anything because you put stupid sloppy ring fling mechanic on there as well. It's just... That's why I don't like sliders. I really do think there's... I mean, like, I think there's not enough change there to really break the game. But I have noticed little spots, and that's what I was talking about in Cyberspace with, like the sliders don't really count there, but, like, or we're talking about auto break or this and that and the other. I'm like, why the fuck do I have to go tweak stuff just to make sure he doesn't go flying off a little platform?
Sure, but to be fair, the auto break is the default. That's how the game started. I chose to turn that off because I like it better that way.
I just think there's a nice middle ground there, and you can marry these ideas together without throwing everything out the way. Like, I think it needs more polish. It needs... I don't know, it needs to see these ideas through, and I just don't think it's there.
I mean, yeah, I think there is a perfected gameplay style that they can achieve by getting all of like some of these slider options together and deciding, okay, this is how Sonic plays. You know, have the momentum jump be a default. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. Have the fucking gradual speed build up be a default. Sure. The thing is, though, if I like that gameplay style and I think they've perfected it, there's still no harm in having sliders there available, you know, to just adjust things.
Pup, just because this is all you know for open world Sonic in terms of what Sega has produced, I'm going to give you a very clear example of what my preferences are when it comes to an open world Sonic and why I think this is mostly bad. I think people are putting it in the comments here too. I just like, yeah, like, and I agree with what you guys are saying here is like, they can't make anything interesting because it has to accommodate for wherever those sliders land. And I think like the one thing that everybody looks at with Chaos Island, I don't even know where it's at, is that fucking bridge. Like when I think open world Sonic and I see a big ass bridge, I expect to blast up off that thing and go rocketing.
Yeah, I agree. But like, how does the slider impact that?
Because the level design is this, Pup. Like when you design things around like a skate park or anything, like what you saw in like Sonic Utopia and things of that nature. Where, and again, like that's a fan-made proof of concept more than anything else. But it is still given like, this is still fans saying like, hey, this is kind of what we would expect from Sonic in a more free 3D environment, which is like.
Even on most skate games, though, you've got different boards with different torque, different resistance, and stuff like that.
That's a fair point.
They still play.
That's a very fair point. That's valid. And it could come down to that. It could just come down to them not really risking much with the level design more than anything else. But as far as I can tell, like that's just a contributing factor to me because, yeah, I have noticed that some elements work better with different. Where the slider lands, you know, like that's my problem.
I think like my perspective on like the argument of, you know, the sliders don't allow for good level design is kind of forest meet trees as far as I'm concerned. Like, no, like if the sliders are going to take it that far out of the level design's wheelhouse, don't offer that much option with the slider, you know? If a certain speed is gonna break the fucking game, don't make that speed available.
There's an option here actually that I just thought about because of how you mentioning the different boards, Pup. There's an option here. Just have it so that Sonic can equip one of 3 or one of 5 at maximum different shoes, and each shoe has a different set of variables for the way that Sonic controls. Some of them give him more momentum.
Is it restrict the freedom quite a bit, I think.
Does it though? Because it's working within the exact parameters you mentioned for the board.
No, because it could be that shoe A will offer me 50% speed, and shoe B will offer me fucking 60% speed. When I want 55% speed, you know? If you get what I'm saying there. Like, when you're giving me a list of options, you're still giving me a list. Whereas with a slider, I can get it exact to what I want it to be, you know?
I feel like that's not necessary though, because most games have, like, kart racers have done this as well. A lot of games work fine just with presets that are close enough.
I think it's weird that there aren't presets.
Yeah. I think the really smart thing would be if maybe the game starts you off on a base playstyle and you unlock new speed as you go, and that could be the level up system. You unlock new sliders to say, hey, now that you've gotten used to this world, you'd like to try and challenge yourself with these low torque shoes or something, you know?
Yeah. Just like you have a set of shoes that give you a baseline. Like even if it's the Frontier's baseline, but a baseline for how Sonic controls. And then like collecting the different types of shoes can be an incentive in the overworld. Like there's a lot of different shoes that have different properties and you can go find them. 3 is the number that I thought of because I was like, how do you make this to where you're not breaking level design? But if you want to have these are collectible things you can get, and then the customizability is which shoe gives you the variables you like.
Another thing is there are unconfirmed rumors swirling around about a new cyberspace mode kind of thing. So same levels and stuff, but a new way to play it. In case they turn out to be true, would you rather I refrain from talking about this? Because I think it's an idea that does relate to what we're saying, and it could be kind of cool, but could also really test the versatility.
I mean,
what do you
I
think?
don't care when it comes to mechanics, story elements, and stuff.
Okay, so the rumor is that Cyberspace... Oh, that's cute. I haven't
I
seen
haven't
that.
seen that before.
The rumor is that there's going to be an anti-gravity cyberspace mode where the challenge is the gravity's been lowered to, like, minimum.
So anytime you jump, you become just a floating ball of mass.
Yeah, like, Sonic is basically incredibly light, and you have to navigate the challenge around that and get the best time.
So the direct opposite of the magnet shoes issue people have been complaining about.
Well, I mean, you kind of got that with the spin dash anyway, because fucking Sonic treats everything as a ramp with the spin dash.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, no, as in, like, the zero gravity, as in, like, jumps are slower, floatier, take you higher, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's just like you're going through Cosmic Wall, basically.
Yeah, like, I think shit like that's fun, you know? Like, maybe they could have it so it's like, hey, you've unlocked this new gimmick shoe. It's the anti-gravity shoe. You could just fucking send yourself to space by tripping over a pebble.
But, like, that's what games used to be, though. Like, that's, like, you unlock the passwords for Big Head mode, or Moon Jump mode, and shit like that. Or, like, old school Sonic,
yeah.
like, that's the... You've unlocked the debug mode.
As far as I see it, though, the sliders are just not far from that. The difference is, it's just not a cheat code.
That's my problem, though. Like, you shouldn't play the game with the cheat codes in mind first. Like, once you master the game, you want to tweak around with it a bit more, like, then, like, you find ways to break the game. Like, that's how speedrunners are born. And, like,
I kind of agree in that I think these things would be better off unlockable, as rewards for progression. Hey, Gilly.
Hello.
Look at this stupid ass game.
Stupid ass Sonic Frontiers game.
Fucking birthday bullshit. What is this?
Hi, Gilly.
Hi.
Hi. How you
Pop
doing?
have just been bickering back and forth about the overall quality of this game.
I've been listening.
Sonic's birthday bash.
Sonic's birthday.
Sonic big birthday UI clash, because fuck me, that UI is ugly.
It's the same color scheme as the rest of the fucking game.
No, it isn't. Bro, you cannot tell me the fucking HUD here is the same color scheme as the rest of the game.
These weird muted teals and pinks and purples.
You're fucking...
Sonic's
Look at
pastel
the rest of the
paradise.
screen. Are you crazy?
Yeah, because you're playing it in fucking birthday mode.
Why is there birthday mode?
You'll
You're
find
saying, like, the environment, the sky and the ocean and the purpley ground.
Yeah, what? Are you insane?
What are you talking about?
Those are natural earthy tones, bitch. These are fucking pastel colors.
No, Nick's right.
They're muted colors. Like, they're pastels, but they're, like, muted ones.
Fucking UI clashes, man. You can't tell me that doesn't fucking clash.
With the rest of the... Not really.
So with the rocky crags of the fucking volcano, you mean to tell me the fucking Easter egg colored birthday presents don't fucking clash?
In spots, sure. 100%, but, like, the overall color scheme
The
of
only thing it
Sonic
doesn't clash with
Frontiers...
is the platforms, because they're in birthday mode.
Like, they chose these colors because it matches the rest of the theming of the game.
They didn't. They chose the colors to be out fucking rages.
What
Look
fucking
at-
colors?
Look at fucking It's a Kadoozy rail. What is that?
What fucking color is Tails, guys?
Well, it's
Officially
confirmed
orange. Officially orange.
Yeah, it's
confirmed today.
confirmed.
That's nice.
Sure is.
That's nice for people who can't understand what colors are. That's
It's too late. You've lost.
yeah. You know what? The sky's orange too, sometimes,
I mean, at sunset, yeah.
but it's pretty much understood. The sky's blue.
Yeah, that's
Not
my argument. What are you talking about?
Not when it's
Sometimes
the
he's more
sunset.
yellowy, but he's understood to be orange. Sometimes Sonic is teal, understood to be blue. Fuck's sake. Oh, I've not eaten today.
I'm so glad that we have confirmation that the fucking red fox is orange.
Oh, so hold on.
That's the one color they've never said he was yet. Where was I?
Jesus Christ.
Hang on.
ChipFam132, fuck you. They were arguing about colors before I even got in here.
No Gilly either.
I don't want to hear it.
No Gilly should argue about colors.
Yeah, he's got you there.
Jilly the Kid, unexpected cameo.
Are you trying to switch off the
Regular
fucking thing?
menu.
'Cause
He's
you have
gone.
to,
He's upgraded.
you have to go
cameo
back
mode.
to the
Wow.
title for that.
To get rid of birthday mode.
Yeah, to get rid of birthday mode, you have to go back to the title
Man, what a
screen.
great game.
Same way you have to change skins on the title. Yeah, I don't like that either.
What-
So it helps if you go back to title and stuff, picking a. Oh, okay, you're just saving your game.
Yeah, I grabbed a couple things.
Is it a good video game?
Hey, what are those
Okay, so you
colors?
go-
What are those colors all over the place here? In the word frontiers.
Yeah, it's almost like they're a fucking different shade.
It's almost like it's the color scheme of the whole game.
It's almost like it
Like,
fucking
it's like they're
clashes.
following the
birthday-
basic aesthetic.
I'm sorry, if you're telling me the birthday HUD looks good,
I'm not saying it looks
He
good.
didn't
I'm
say
saying,
that.
I'm saying that
You
the
need
color
to
scheme
be-
was chosen because that's the color scheme of the overall game.
I was saying it looked like shit.
It does look like shit.
Why are you fucking arguing with me?
I'm arguing about the color choices.
I'm gonna turn into Christian Bale. Fucking just turn off birthday
I'm gonna
mode
turn
already.
into Chris Chan.
Chris Chan
You already
Bale.
are. You already
Oh no,
Has anybody
I will
done that before?
past you.
Christian Bale.
Oh god.
Nick, you wanted to turn off birthday mode. What are you doing?
I'm looking at the other stuff here. Cyberspace challenge.
Would Chris Chan Bale be Batman or would he be like American Psycho?
He'd be both. Have you not seen Sonic Shoe?
Yeah, minus the clear sexualization of American Psycho, of course.
No, it just takes it in a
Unless-
darker
Right.
direction. That's all it is.
You can't say. You can't say American Psycho is sexualized.
It is.
That's like saying porn is sexualized.
Yeah.
Are you
not-
saying you watch American Psycho like you watch
So,
porn?
so is it wrong? Is the fucking question.
It's
You
not really
just-
sexualized. It's overtly.
Why have you got the friends
Such.
in their party outfits still?
Because I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Confirm Gilly watches that fucking movie with one hand.
I watched that movie one time, and at the end, I was just asking questions because I didn't understand the plot.
Yeah, that's why people love it.
And then I found out afterwards you're not supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
I
like, why do they
understand.
keep calling each other different names and forgetting who they are?
It's
And
it's an unreliable narrator.
it's like people getting introduced to Evangelion. What does this mean? I don't fucking know.
I tried to watch that 4 times.
Eva?
Man,
I got
this
about,
is so good.
I got about 4 episodes in and went. I
Wait,
still
what are
don't know
you
what's going on.
upset about now, Nick?
What a good game.
That's literally slope physics. That's what you want.
What a good game.
You have to build up a
Gilly,
lot
the
of
best-
sequence and then get up the slope. That's what you wanted.
Kind of stand there
See
on
the,
the side.
see the best part about that, Gilly, is you hopped off of
Yeah, that
Eva
looks
before it
potentially
actually gets confusing.
Very good.
Like,
Run
it
back
doesn't
down.
get it doesn't get
Oh,
any
and run
better.
back up once you've built a little speed.
Oh hell yeah!
Why there? What is it? I haven't even played any of this game's
I'm walking
like
forward.
DLC. Yeah. Nick,
Run back down
You-
the
you-
hill
you
and then
played it-
gain speed and run back
played-
up.
you played 06?
Sure have.
You ever snowboarded uphill?
yep.
It's,
Oh,
the,
yeah,
it's the same as going downhill.
Yep.
That's it.
Some motherfuckers ice skating uphill.
It is very funny that from Sonic's inception, the whole idea was, all right, physics. And then they just,
And they're like, what are those?
and then whatever.
And the worst part of this game is the fucking pinball area.
Hey, Nick, I have a question.
Yeah.
What game are you playing?
Sonic Run 3 years. Why? I try to be funny. I tried my best.
Check the back rooms. YouTube thinks you're playing a very different game.
All right, hang on a second. Hang on. What does it think I'm playing?
Well done, YouTube.
It thinks you're playing Pokemon Sword and Shield.
It saw
Do
the
I
word
even own that?
DLC. It saw the word DLC.
And it's like, oh, it's gotta be Pokemon.
Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go trudging all over watching YouTube fuck up again. Let's see here. Oh, right. Can't look at the map while I'm in battle mode.
That one I don't understand.
Yeah, most games you can look at the map, but you just can't quick travel. It's fine. Do they take... I have to wonder, like, do they take the challenges off the map once an enemy's around?
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
Okay.
There are some things you can't interact with if there's an enemy nearby.
For everything else, there's Master.
Just let me... For fuck's sake.
Yep, this does look like Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
You have to parry his attack first, and then he becomes vulnerable.
Right, no, right.
There you go, now he's
That
going to
was
swoop.
clearly indicated. Sonic crash into the tower.
For fuck's sake, I was thinking it.
Oh.
I hate how the shadows move in this game. Just stop and watch the shadows for a second. Not him, the scenery. As the sun moves, watch the shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how they inch instead of actually like progressively
Yeah.
moving.
I don't really like how they just show how many little, what are they called? Whatever the fuck they're called. They stand still.
Coco.
Confuses
Koroks,
me.
yes, Koroks.
Yeah, there we go.
Eggs.
I mean, that name makes more sense. They're rocks.
I wish you could actually see how many you had as opposed to like capping out at 30 or something. So that you could just keep them forever and then just have a giant army of fucking Coco.
I also wish the lava didn't have a specular map.
That's so pretty. What the hell was that?
Fucking who clapped?
What the hell was that?
Come on. Gilly.
I didn't do that.
You did that.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Oh man, what?
I don't know. Who would have a soundboard? Maybe it's the person who streams.
Maybe it's also the person who's...
I don't have a soundboard.
Nitro.
All right, sirs.
Gilly just trying to...
Which one of us has the humor of a 90s radio DJ? Because we all know the answer. There it is. There it is.
Here it is.
Q10 crew!
I just said K1043.
Right? Q102, the crew!
Turn it up and rip the...
Just watched an
Knob.
episode of Sunny again. Q102, the Q crew. We're gonna dance our asses off.
The only sound of like old school sound effect that I still unironically love is this stinky foghorn.
What?
Yeah.
It's the sound that plays whenever Cirrus takes a shit and opens the door.
God damn it.
All right, that one's still funny.
Mike 1911. Hope Suzuka gets sacked. Considering you have a gun in your name, I guess you could have taken it in much darker places, so we're thankful for that, Mike.
Hope Azuka gets capped.
Cap that middle-aged Japanese man?
Or if you don't want sliders, cap that speed.
Oh. Damn it, Gilly!
What?
It's not Gilly.
That wasn't Gilly.
Not-
He understood
not
that
Gilly?
wasn't a good joke.
Cirrus, check your DMs.
You turn him into the Joker.
I couldn't put that in the back rooms.
mate, I want to see it now. Come on, man. Like, you can't.
Just
Hey, pup. What color is this the spring right here?
Pink.
I'll DM it to both of you.
It's always like it's a different fucking shade of pink, and the whole island's not fucking pink, is it? You fucking.
It's the fucking main color scheme of the game.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut your goddamn mouth. What the fuck, Gilly? I don't even get it.
You don't get that?
I don't get it.
All right. Don't repeat it.
You don't want him to go, I heard a word today and I don't know what it means.
I learned a new word.
Father.
None of these are new words to me. I just don't understand it. Wait, hang on. Have I mistaken a letter here? No.
You know, Pop not understanding this is actually way more funny than the joke itself. I think
No,
I want to keep
Pop,
it this
Remember when
way.
I had to
That's not
explain
what
to you
I meant.
aftercare was?
Okay, I'm going to delete that then. Yeah, I remember when you had to explain to me what aftercare was.
I had to show him too.
It's here. I'll show you. I'll show you the origin of it.
But I just never put a name to these things, right?
That's the origin of it.
Well, what does that mean?
Google that word.
I have not.
It
I don't
sounds
even know what
great.
anyone's talking about.
That's not a bad word. Google that word.
But it's less funny to Google it if it's not a bad word.
What, this guy?
Oh my god.
Gilly, what word did you send him?
The root word? No, that's not what I'm talking about.
How close are we getting canceled right now, boys? I don't even know what's happening.
It's Nick, look at your DMs when you get a chance.
All right, I'll try my best in just a second.
Here.
This is a bad word, isn't it? If I said this, I'd get in trouble.
Yes.
Right, well, I'm going to say it then in that case. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
All right. So I do wonder if these challenges are going to be easier on Chaos Island because they kind of restrict your movement so much. Sorry.
Once you get the spin dash, Chaos Island becomes amazing, though. Because it's so hilly.
Javon Boy in my chat, aftercare, that's not real. Well, then, that's why you never got a second date.
What?
Pup, don't say that, because if you say that, they'll know what the... You're an idiot.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud.
I gotta be honest.
Oh,
I had to look
this sounds worse. The more we leave it up to people's imaginations, the worse it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
like Eldritch horror, and it makes it better.
The word was...
There we go.
Is this an episode of SpongeBob?
I mean, let's be real. It's like SpongeBob meets Always Sunny. That's kind of our show.
I've got a brilliant idea.
Imagine if life had aftercare after it fucks you.
I love how Nick still doesn't understand what we were talking about.
No, I checked.
What,
Oh, okay.
aftercare?
No, I gotta be real. Didn't hear of that. I've never heard of that term before either. I looked
Really?
it up.
Do you know what it's short? It's old. It's very old.
Yeah,
it's like
no,
something
I-
something your grandpa would say.
I figured it out after I looked it up, but yeah, I was like, oh, geez.
That's a grandpa one.
That's a grandpa.
That's
one.
a get in the cage grandpa one.
Oh god. There we go. All right. I love that popping. So much delicious popping.
The best one is when you're falling off of a high place and you don't get the low place you're looking for until it pops in.
Looks like
Yeah, it
neon
drives me a little
poop.
bit. I wish I could just hit one of those random little rocks when I'm going through the little trick challenges. God's sakes. I can't even see that. It's just flying above. And I don't want to fight it because in just a few minutes they'll reset every damn enemy. There, okay, that's fine. Just go wherever you want, Sonic. Oh man.
What?
Or says Grandpa like you, Saris? I'm not the oldest person in this call.
Yeah, but I'm outlasting all you motherfuckers.
I'm almost there.
Oh god. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. It does kind of cancel out the stupid battle.
Is it a battle penis?
I'll battle your fingers.
That's a sword fight.
Oh yeah, it is.
Axel says, haha, imagine being old. You'll get there eventually.
I had a pretty decent zinger tonight. I was out with a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody, I forget what we were talking about, but it was like, you know, treading the line kind of stuff. And somebody mentioned the idea of battle dreidels, and I said Drayblade.
Finally, thank you. I was always trying to connect because Beyblades are the stupidest thing to me. Even as a kid, I remember.
I grew up with Blade.
Bitch, we all did because they're dreidels. That's why it's stupid.
It's Drayblades.
I actually have
And
a Beyblade arena just in my car.
That's the best. Gilly, I'm so proud of you. That's the best joke. I've been searching for the best way to make fun of Beyblade, and you found it. Dre, holy shit, that's great.
Just sitting here
Do
being
we
the
know
one
the name
person
of
in the
that
corner.
smelly-
I like Beyblades.
Do we know the sound of the smelly air horn effect?
Dreidel, 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 made you out of clay. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Let her rip!
With dreidel, I will play.
Dreidel, I will rip. And there's like, I don't know, like tigers and dinosaurs and shit now. I can't keep track.
The dragon's coming out of it this time.
Which one's Bakugan? That's like you guys weaving the fuck
God.
out of marbles, right?
That's like Bakugan was the fuck, we're getting tired. What other things can we do?
Yeah.
Throw the
surprised
ball
there
at the card.
Bakugan is, you know how like, whatever the epitome of all those kind of things are, that's like the Robopon
Yeah.
of the entire thing.
Just the tired, like, we got to this party way too late, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
It's still around though, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
I hate everything. When's
You can't
Pog gonna make
do-
an anime comeback? Pokemon.
You know what's even
you can't
weird?
you can't do doo-doo on anymore. Like there's too many.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still weird that there's actually a competitive Beyblade scene. Still.
It was always weird.
I mean, it made more sense in its heyday of just like, this thing is popular, so it's going to have a competitive circuit.
No,
I mean,
like,
the idea is cool. It's like if BattleBots was something that was actually accessible, that would have been. Come on.
I mean, it
Wait,
really-
BattleBots?
it's not even
BattleBots
first.
actually,
like 90s
Sirs.
kids knows.
the
gotta
little
be-
the little arena that they
BattleBots
made.
was- BattleBots was completely inaccessible to any child who wanted to do whatever that was.
Come on, yeah.
Fair.
For real. Yeah.
There was what was that one toy that was, it was robots that you had to like slide collectible cards into in order to power them up, and you battled them against your friends.
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Coco battle.
No, it was like,
What was the
It was-
BattleBot? What was the other show that was BattleBots basically, but it wasn't BattleBots. It was like a different show.
Oh, yeah, it had a different name. I know what you mean. I don't know what it was called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Robot Wars?
It sounds
That might have
right.
been it.
Yeah. Not to be
Was that like the-
confused
was
with
it like
those
the- was it-
chibi
Nah,
ass
Robot
names.
Wars
was
a
it
TV show.
G4? Was it the G4 BattleBots? Is that what I'm thinking of? But just a
I mean,
different
think
that
like
sounds like
Robo-
something G4 would have, aside from reruns of Cops.
and
Robot
and
Wars
Ninja-
was like
Ninja-
a competitive
Ninja Warrior.
TV show where you build like
Yeah.
a robot.
Okay, so Robot Wars. That would have been the other BattleBots. 'Cause that
No,
was what-
Robot Wars wasn't a toy. Robot Wars was a
No,
show
this
where
wasn't.
dudes
This was
were
okay.
robots.
So BattleBots was not a toy, and then they made toys of it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I had
knew
the-
a guy who was a host on
No,
Robot
but
Wars.
Robot Wars
Hey,
and
but-
BattleBots were essentially
No,
the same
but
show.
I have a story.
Okay.
I
Let's hear the
know
story,
a
Pop.
guy that used to host Robot Wars in the UK, and he ended up being a murderer.
Cool.
Okay.
Did he do it with the robot?
No, he did it with a knife.
But was the robot holding the knife?
You know, it's not the
Probably not.
robot that kills you, it's the knife it's holding.
Maybe we should
No,
stop
terrible.
making jokes. There could be
Absolutely
people you actually know. So sorry.
Yeah, but well, I mean,
I brought it up. It's my fault. There's no one I know.
it's not the first time you said that. So,
You have a fucking potty mouth.
what? How do I have a potty mouth?
Open your mouth. Okay.
Stupid.
That's how.
No, we did the
How's
whole
it
story.
going, Wayne?
Welcome, Wayne.
What is the meaning of this?
Wayne heard the Wayne heard the
This-
foghorn. He's like, somebody shitting.
Everybody, welcome, Wayne.
This is a better show than it was on. Where the hell? How did I do this?
We have all the energy right now, and we've just kind of like drunkenly stumbled in here one at a time.
Yup.
So wait, are you still working on like the little speed challenges?
Yeah, like I've just started. Like I've been dinking around most of the time, and then arguing.
Just
with Pup
started.
about
You
them
went
basic
live
shit.
like 3 hours ago.
We've been
So I spent
talking
most
about
of the time
things.
arguing with Pup about this game.
Oh, fair enough. I would have joined in sooner, but my internet's been knocked out for the past few hours.
Wayne's like,
That's
I
fair.
do know how that goes.
I do know what you mean. I do know what you are saying.
You know what I am saying? Cool. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Just going wherever you want, Sonic. I see how it goes.
Nick, how many S ranks have you gotten so far
Yes.
For what?
for the challenges?
Oh, the challenge. I've only gotten a couple. I only started getting them here.
They're actually a lot easier once you like bounce pads and using your homing attack are literally the best things you can do. I just did all of them like last night.
I hopped into battle for most of them.
Battle helps too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. God, that would have been cool if it was intentional.
So when do we get to play the game as somebody else?
In
In a
10
week.
days. Comes out, or in 8 days. Comes out
Yeah.
on the 28th.
Week from tomorrow, baby.
I don't even want to look at this fucking this Mario Odyssey ass map.
You know it's really.
All that shit on it.
Oh my god, the stream on Discord is stuttering so goddamn hard.
It is.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
Well, you guys wanted to watch it while it was streaming.
That's why I've had the Sunset City stream pulled up.
Yeah, I don't bother with the Discord.
I'm just playing World of Warcraft hardcore, hoping my hunter doesn't die while I'm watching this.
Come on, game. God's sakes.
I can't believe Discord Mobile doesn't let you use a microphone.
And I
Wait,
was
it
just
doesn't, it doesn't let
about
you use an
that.
external mic?
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
No,
believe
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't let you change like what like audio input you have.
Yeah, you have to use your phone's microphone.
Well, I mean, I can use Bluetooth. Like, if I could find a good Bluetooth headset, maybe it would.
Yeah, those
Those
really
things are
don't
garbage.
exist.
I know they're garbage, but like,
I bought
potential's
the
there.
only headset that has a good microphone in it. That was the whole point. And
Right.
despite the fact that it's compatible with my phone, even though it's not supposed to be, Discord's like, well, you can't use external mic on your phone. Sorry.
I'm gonna give Discord this
Welcome
much.
to the Cum Zone.
Oh.
So, I mean, before we had Discord, what did we have to do stuff like this? Was it like Skype?
I mean, I'm pretty
Nice.
sure you could use external mics
Okay.
on Skype.
I know. I just remember like recording for Skype used to be a nightmare. It could have improved in time after Microsoft bought it and then killed it. I don't know.
I briefly used TeamSpeak.
I
after
used to
Skype.
use I use TeamSpeak and Ventrilo a lot, but I also play MMOs, and those are just like the things you're stuck with when playing MMOs.
But
Well,
also,
yeah.
like, when Skype was a thing, like, when Skype was prevalent, apps weren't used the way that they are now.
No, they weren't.
So,
Days of MSN
You were-
Messenger.
yeah, you were much less likely to use your phone for stuff. Now, people primarily use their phones for a lot of things. I mean, like, people use their phones to edit and shit. You know what I
I
mean?
Yeah, that's
still
crazy to
cannot
me.
fbut out how to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
Nina's
do
got
that, but the point is, my
An
point is,
insane amount
like,
of followers. Yeah, she edits everything on her phone. Drives me
Meh.
crazy.
your app should be able to use a different fucking microphone.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, it's like just a basic thing.
Sierra Tigris has also used Mumble. I used Mumble maybe twice in my entire life, and then just never touched it again.
Like the penguin?
No, Mumble was like a TeamSpeak alternative that.
I know.
It was
I
like-
think serious.
Oh, shut God,
Guys,
Wayne, I hate you.
Guys, I thought of a way that I could potentially use the headset.
Wayne, you saw us being
it
an
would be
asshole.
very cumbersome, but I just thought of something.
What's that?
What are you gonna do?
My Steam
It's
Deck.
serious been a problem.
I'll use the
Oh.
desktop version of Discord on my Steam Deck.
Oh my god.
It's like how Nintendo expects you to use voice chat for Splatoon.
Fuck.
On your fucking phone.
Dumbest shit. It's the dumbest shit.
Ooh, I didn't think that actually might work. I might do that.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
I mean, it's the only option.
Yeah.
And at least then I could still take it to conventions and shit.
Yeah,
and not
like
have
that.
to.
I was really excited about that when you're like, yo, we could actually get stuff done at conventions. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like, if we have, like, stable internet, like, we tried one time and that went fork real hard.
Well, yeah, but we wouldn't have even really needed that. As long as one person's hosting, like, we could just jump on Discord.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 100%
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, one of the reasons it was so scuffed before was because crowding 4 people next to each other with a mic doesn't work very well.
Yeah. And also, you each had to set up like a laptop and a microphone. It like just wasn't. But if like each of us were able to just have a phone and a headset, that sounds good.
I'm very confused by what gets you high scores and what doesn't yet. Like, I've gotten a few S ranks here, and I'm not sure how.
I eventually succeeded, but I never, like, got it down to a science.
I mean,
I don't know how
like,
to run in.
I like the core idea of it. I've been seeing it over and over again on the stream. It's like, this is what I wanted from, like, the basic idea from an open world Sonic is like, bring in some challenges that are akin to, like, the comboing in Tony Hawk. Like, that's a really good idea. Like, really lets you, like, explore the world, but also, like, take advantage of, like, your moveset. But, yeah, I haven't quite figured out what works and what doesn't yet.
Question: is the new game plus a thing yet, or is that not coming till the next
No,
update?
it's a
No, it
thing.
is a thing.
I just
Is
have
it a
to
thing now?
beat the game again to do that. And
I-
And you have to sit through the credits again, which you can't
Okay.
skip.
I'm gonna try that because like I did unlock the spin dash last night and I was whelmed. I was very whelmed.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that turns out for me. What time is it? That's a noise.
It's about that time.
My
Focus on
My
getting
character-
multipliers and fighting cheap enemies. Like then, like, I mean, isn't that the combat challenges then? Boo.
my character just died. I'm a little pissed.
Yeah, the combat challenges is something else entirely.
Yeah, I know, but like, I kind of wish like they'd more focus on like the acrobatics of it all.
Well, no, because that's just one way of doing it.
Yeah, but it looks like that seems to be like one of the, one of the best ways to get, a high score.
Well, it's one of the most efficacious ways, I'd say.
Oh, look at you with your big vocabulary.
All right, that's it. I've had it with you.
All right. I think I'm gonna hop off now that that's happened. Stupid fucking mage decided they didn't want to do anything with that pack of enemies.
Oh
Let
man,
me
Circe,
die.
I just got here.
That's cool,
I
Wayne.
will be back soon. I am gonna end the stream though, real quick. I'm gonna say goodnight to my wife and all that, and then I'll be back in this call here. But I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody that's been watching us. Thank you so much for hanging out. Been a good turnout, all things considered.
Yeah.
But thank you. That was my my first little dinking around with. I am gonna play this by myself and really focus up and get some.
Welcome to the Cum Zone.
Fantastic. Enjoy your time with Just let me. Okay, there we go. All right.